Chapter 77. At the graduation party, Xianxia drank a little. She leaned on Muqiqi and kept asking her, "Have you ever thought about what you will do after you get into Xingting University? No. Have you ever thought about going back to the Mu family one day?" Xianxia continued to ask. "Never thought about it either. Have you ever thought about when you will go public with the crown prince?" "I still haven't thought about it," Muqiqi answered honestly. "Why haven't you thought about anything? You must have a goal to achieve." In Muqiqi's heart, the thing she wanted to do the most was to make the Mu family look at her differently. She wanted everyone to know what kind of person Mu Tongxue was. Until now, this wish had never wavered. As for her relationship with Xianxia, she knew that it would be difficult. But no matter what, as a university student, she had more say than a high school student. So she did not know when she would go public with her relationship with Xianxia. But at least it was not now. "You have not slept with the crown prince? Xianxia, you are drunk." Muqiqi was afraid that her words would be heard by others. So she quickly helped her to sleep. Not long after, Duan Xiao appeared at their graduation party. Everyone screamed when they saw this handsome guy. But his eyes only fell on Xianxia. Although he showed an expression that said she was so troublesome, Muqiqi could see that Duan Xiao only had Xianxia in his heart. "Give her to me." Duan Xiao stretched out his hand to Muqiqi. Muqiqi nodded and pushed Xianxia to him. Duan Xiao hugged Xianxia and left in front of everyone. But before he left, he wished Muqiqi well. "I wish you success in your college entrance examination." "Thank you." Like the others, Muqiqi was envious that Duan Xiao could leave with Xianxia so openly. Because Xianxia would never appear in such a public place, let alone take her away in front of so many people. "Hey Qiqi, do you have a boyfriend? What about the man you wrote in your diary? Isn't he from our university?" A classmate turned to ask her. "I don't have a boyfriend." Muqiqi answered guiltily. "How can you not be with him? Do you know how many people in our class like you?" Muqiqi wasn't aware of that because all her attention was on Xianxia. "Forget it. Since I'm graduating, I think I might as well do a good deed." After that, the student stood up and said to the whole class, "Everyone, please sit down. I didn't know that Qiqi didn't have a boyfriend all this time. Those who have been hiding it for a long time, if you can't hold it in any longer, you can try confessing." Muqiqi froze. She thought he was joking, but when the graduation party ended, she was really stopped by a boy from her class. "This is for you." Muqiqi looked as if she had seen a hot potato. She did not know whether she should take it or not. However, the boy stuffed it directly into her school bag without waiting for her to refuse. In the dark, she couldn't even call out the boy's name, although they had been in the same class for almost a year. Late at night, old Lin came to pick Muqiqi up. He saw Muqiqi taking out the love letter from her bag. He did not even look at it. She wanted to throw it away, but old Lin smiled. "No matter what, it's someone else's love. It's not good to tear it or throw it away." It would be terrible if Xianxia saw it. Still, Muqiqi did not throw it away in front of old Lin. Instead, she put it back in her bag and tucked it in her revision materials. She did not expect that Xianxia did not let her sneak out that night. Instead, he openly came to the little mansion and wanted to have dinner with her and Su Zipei. Old Lin, the blabbermouth, told Su Zipei about the love letter as gossip. "Miss Qiqi is very popular. There are even boys who give her love letters." Muqiqi did not know what Xiao's expression would be when he heard that. She tried to change the topic. "I'm hungry, Aunt Zipei." But Su Zipei smiled and replied to old Lin, "School romance always makes one's heart flutter." "Isn't that so?" Muqiqi could only lower her head and return to her room when she saw that she could not stop them. "I'm going to change." But soon Xiao entered her room and pressed her against the wall for a deep kiss. "Someone else confessed to you? Aren't you afraid Aunt Zipei would see it? Where's the love letter? I'd like to see which idiot has taken a fancy to my little one." Xiao snatched Muqiqi's bag and found the love letter tucked between the books. "That's right." Muqiqi smiled. Muqiqi glared at him but could not snatch it back from his hands. "I'm confiscating it. I'm keeping myself chaste for you, but you're out flirting." "When did I flirt?" Muqiqi defended herself, feeling wronged. "You're mine." Xiao moved closer to Muqiqi and said those words, but Su Zipei called out to them. "Qiqi, young Master Xing, come down for dinner." "Does Aunt Zipei know you're here?" I said you're asking me for math questions. With those words, Xianxia put the love letter in his pocket and walked out of Muqiqi's room first. Did those half-male animals who didn't even have their pubic hair write her love letter because they were studying in university and could pursue her without restraint? He was quite courageous. Muqiqi obediently followed behind Xianxia. Soon it would only be a few days, and she could finally be with Xianxia for real, living together in the villa. You have exams tomorrow. Sleep early tonight. Su Zipei could not help reminding Muqiqi during dinner. Look, young Master Sheng is even coming to cheer you on just for you. Do your best. Xianxia looked at Muqiqi and told her seriously. I will. After all, she had promised him a future for both of them. It had been a long time since Su Zipei saw Xianxia and she kept him company. In fact, he and Muqiqi met every night. But Xianxia did not put on airs like a crown prince and never looked down on Su Zipei. In fact, he knew that he could not meet Muqiqi in her new home tonight, and so wanted to spend more time with her. Muqiqi slept soundly that night. She hugged herself and tried hard to remember the way Xianxia hugged her so that she could sleep soundly. The next morning, she brought the tools for the exam and confidently went to the exam hall. But before the exam, she and Mu Tongxue passed each other in the corridor. They were in different classes and naturally in different exam rooms. Chapter 78. At that moment, Muqiqi could not understand how disgusting Mu Tongxue was. Her kindness had limited her imagination. But she did not know that some people were like maggots in this world. They hid in the darkest corner just to devour your body to strengthen themselves. The 3-day exam might not be as difficult as the usual mock exam for Muqiqi. That was why she was very confident when she walked out of the exam hall. Seeing that she was happy, old Lin said, "You must be very satisfied with your results, Miss Muqiqi." "It's not bad because I've done most of the questions before," Muqiqi replied. "That's good. Miss Su, you'll be relieved." Muqiqi nodded. She might not be the best, but she would at least be able to keep up with her usual results. That was why she told Xianxia that. The first thing she did when she walked out of the exam hall was to call Xianxia. Although Xianxia could not listen to her carefully, he still said, "Congratulations." Because Xianxia never doubted Muqiqi's ability. Although Su Zipei did not know how confident Muqiqi was, the vice principal of Eton had paid attention to Muqiqi's exam papers during the exam because he was pursuing Su Zipei. He was very satisfied with her answers and finally found a topic that Su Zipei did not dislike. Everything seemed to be going well. On the other hand, the first thing Mu Tongxue did when she got home was to ask Mama Mu about exchanging the exam papers. She was only relieved when Mama Mu gave her an okay sign. Judging from Muqiqi's arrogance, she probably did not know that she would fail the exam. Papa Mu asked Mu Tongxue about her results as well. She pretended to be low-key. "I tried my best, Dad." Papa Mu did not say anything even though the results were not out. He put his arm around Mu Tongshue's shoulder and said, "It's fine as long as you tried your best. Are you confident that you can beat Muqiqi?" Mu Tongxue was stunned for a moment. Then she nodded. "I won't let you down, Dad." "Good. You're my good daughter." Papa Mu was very happy. He hugged Mu Tongxue and swayed her from side to side. From Papa Mu's point of view, Muqiqi was no longer a member of the Mu family since she left the Mu family. If Mu Tongxue couldn't even pass that troublemaker Muqiqi, he would lose face. Mu Tongshue's answer meant that she had a card up her sleeve. "In that case, let's wait for the college entrance examination results to be announced." Mu Tongshue's recommendation did not go through because Xing Ting had blocked it. But this time, Mu Tongxue boldly filled in the best major in Xing Ting University as her first choice. In other words, she wanted to completely replace Muqiqi. Muqiqi also filled in the major that Xianxia had chosen for her. She had worked hard for too long for this goal. On the morning of June 25th, the National College entrance examination results were publicly available. Muqiqi sat nervously in front of the computer and entered her student number and ID number. But when the score appeared on the screen, it was very different from what she had imagined. Su Zipei saw the change in Muqiqi's expression and quickly went up to her. 598. Muqiqi had never gotten such a low score even if she randomly took the exam. "Qiqi, did you make a mistake? Why don't you check again?" Su Zipei asked Muqiqi. Muqiqi was patient and checked again. But the result was still the same. It's impossible. I have calculated it conservatively. Even if I include the questions that I'm not confident in, it should be around 720. Qiqi, don't worry. With this score, you can't get into the best major in Xingting University. Qiqi closed her eyes in despair. But at this moment she did not think about other reasons at all. Soon Xianxia received a call from Suzy Pei. Young Master Sheng, can I trouble you to persuade Qiqi? What happened? Xianxia asked immediately. The college entrance examination results will be announced today. But Qiqi, Xianxia could guess what was going on. So he said to Suzy Pei, I'll come over later. After hanging up, Xianxia turned to Jing Yun and said, Go and check Qiqi's results. Everyone in Eton had high hopes for Qiqi. But unexpectedly, her score was mediocre after the results were announced. Another thing that shocked everyone was Tongxue. She actually got the third place in the entire country and the first place in Eton. Did the two sisters swap places during the exam? If it was just Qiqi's low score, everyone would think that Qiqi did not perform well in the exam. But Tongxue, who usually could not even get into the top 30, suddenly got the third place in the entire country. Such an extraordinary performance was really suspicious. Xianxian went to the university to check the results. When she heard about the two things, she immediately called Qiqi. Qiqi, what's going on with your results? I don't know. Qiqi stayed in her room. She felt helpless. Why did White Lotus get the third place in the country? Qiqi quickly got up from the bed. Did you say that Tongxue got the third place in the country? Yeah. The university is in an uproar. What's going on? How many marks did she get? 724. Qiqi's heart skipped a beat and she understood at once. Xianxian, you might not believe me, but I expected her to get around 720. Xianxian was taken aback. I know what you mean. But it's the strictest exam. How could White Lotus do it? Xianxian, I have to get to the bottom of this first. All right. We'll talk later. Xianxian hung up. Meanwhile, Xianxia had also received news from Jing Yun that Qiqi and Tongxue's results had taken a complete reversal. That was why Xianxia went to the little mansion as promised in the afternoon. Qiqi quickly went to Xianxia when she saw him, almost in tears. Xiao, if Tongxue's results were as I expected, it should have been mine. Xianxia hugged Qiqi and comforted her. I won't let her get away with this easily. Tongxue would even steal my results. How shameless is she? Then we'll turn her world upside down. But, isn't it settled now that the results are announced? Qiqi was afraid that the matter would be left unsettled. I've already asked Jing Yun to investigate the relevant personnel in the school and gather evidence. If Tongxue really stole your results, I'll make her spit it out. I'll ruin her reputation even if the results can't be changed. Xiao. Xianxia hugged Qiqi, his heart aching for the little one. Was there even a need to say how despicable the Mu family was? Even funnier, the Mu family was still celebrating Tongxue's results. Chapter 79. The vice principal of Eton was shocked when he heard about Qiqi's results. He had seen most of Qiqi's exam answers and they were definitely not like this. Moreover, Qiqi was good at science subjects. But now that the results were out, it was obvious that she was at a disadvantage in science subjects. Was this Qiqi's result? Obviously not. So he was thinking about whether Tongxue and Qiqi's results were tampered with when they took back the exam papers. With this thought in mind, the vice principal Lu Wenhua went to the small mansion personally. Suzy Pei thought that Lu Wenhua was looking for her. She wanted to reject him, but Lu Wenhua told her, I have seen Qiqi's exam papers. Her score is definitely higher than this. Suzy Pei was touched. She could only let Lu Wenhua into the small mansion. Qiqi was still calm. But when she thought of Tongxue, she felt hatred in her heart. Qiqi, things are not clear yet. So you can't be flustered. I've seen your exam paper and it's indeed not this score. But we need evidence. We need to figure out which part of the problem went wrong. That's right, Qiqi said. Also, 598 marks. Although it is not as high as 724 marks, it is higher than the admission requirement. But I have a suggestion for you. The Forensic Science Department of Xingting University is not any worse than the Engineering Department of Xingting University. Every year there will be a second admission. But because of the special nature of the profession, there are always not enough people. It is called the makeup. If you have the courage to choose, forensic science is also a cool profession. Of course, it is just a suggestion. We must not let the bad guys get what they want. At the same time, we must pull ourselves together. After all, an outstanding person will shine no matter what position they are in. And the despicable people will be despised by the world. Mu Qiqi finally raised her head after hearing Lu Wenhua's suggestion. Her eyes were filled with tears. Because Lu Wenhua was right. Thank you, Principal Lu. I will help you. Justice will also help you. Don't worry. The bad guys will pay the price. Susie Pei was standing behind the two of them. After hearing what Lu Wenhua said, she was touched. Actually, she knew that this man was different from the scumbag before. He was honest and kind. She just did not dare to try it again. Then Lu Wenhua left the villa and let Mu Qiqi think about it herself. Of course, the most important thing now was to figure out when Mu Tongxue had swapped her exam papers. As for the forensic science faculty, she had to consider it carefully. At this time, Susie Pei looked at Mu Qiqi with a pained expression. She had worked so hard for a year, but she did not expect that her results would be stolen so easily. On the other hand, Mu Qiqi seemed to have grown up a lot overnight. Her mental endurance seemed to have been greatly expanded. Because she knew that being depressed now would not change anything. Her greatest goal now was to make Mu Tongxue pay the price. In fact, there were quite a lot of rumors in school. After all, it was understandable that Mu Qiqi performed poorly in exams, but Mu Tongshue's performance was extraordinary. It was unbelievable. Moreover, the two sisters had always had a grudge against each other. Now their results had changed dramatically. That was why Mu Tongshue's true results were being questioned. Mu Tongxue probably did not expect Mu Qiqi to do so well in the exams, did she? Third in the country, first in Eton. Even if she used all her skills, she would not be able to wear such a hat, nor would she be able to withstand such doubts. That was why Mu Tongxue was nervous even as she was praised. Because it was too obvious. But the Mu family had taken turns to praise her. She could not back down now. Moreover, who could prove that her results were Mu Qiqi's? As long as she insisted on it, it would be useless no matter how many doubts there were. Everything was settled. Even if Mu Qiqi wanted to fight back, there was nothing she could do. Shui, you did so well this time. Grandpa has rewarded you too. He has transferred 5% of Mu Group's shares to your name. Shouldn't you thank Grandpa? Mu Tongxue took the phone from Mama Mu and thanked her grandpa. Because she knew what 5% of shares meant. No matter what, the results had brought her too many benefits. Even if Mu Qiqi wanted to fight to the death, she would not give in. It was her result. It was hers. Late at night, Xianxia brought Mu Qiqi to her new home as usual. However, there was no joy on her face. Xianxia knew very well what this little one had gone through. He felt sorry for her too. So he carried Mu Qiqi to the bedroom and put her on the bed. Then he said, Jing Yun has found out who was the teacher who collected the papers. But now Mu Qiqi's total score is 598. Xiao, I can't get into the best department and become your junior. Mu Qiqi's tears flowed out of her eyes after she said that. But she stubbornly wiped them away. Do you really have to enter that department? Did I say that? But that's my goal. It's what I've been working towards. Your goal is me, silly. Can't you see the future clearly with me around? Then Xianxia kissed Mu Qiqi on her lips. Lu Wenhua came. I know. He's really looking out for you. You can accept him as your uncle. I can't accept it. It's impossible for Mu Tongxue to enter Xingting University. Don't even think about it. Xianxia told her the answer firmly. I will make sure that she will never be able to enter Xingting University in this life or in the next life. Little one, let those people be proud of themselves and laugh at them. In the end, she will know what it feels like to fall from heaven to hell. She dares to bully my woman. I will let her know what it feels like to be in a state where she can neither live nor die. Then Xianxia kissed Mu Qiqi hard. He used all his strength to comfort her broken heart. When did the crown prince ever try to please others? Now he was doing it. Because he knew very well how important this little one was to him. Mu Qiqi trusted Xianxia. So she could not sleep for a few days. Finally, she fell asleep under his comfort. Then Xianxia got up and rushed to the Lu family. It was because he had promised Lu Wenhua that they would work together to investigate the cause and effect of this incident. Young Master Xing, we need to start from these aspects. First, we need to check if the teacher who was in charge of receiving and distributing the exam papers was bribed. Second, we need to get Mu Qiqi's exam papers and Mu Tongshua's notes to verify them. But after the exam papers are marked, they will be stored and destroyed. So this is not a good idea. As long as we get the evidence, although Mu Tongshua's results are already set in stone, we can avenge her. At least we cannot let Mu Tongshua's scheme succeed. Chapter 80. Ever since Mu Tongxue stole her results, Mu Qiqi had become much quieter. He did not smile at all. Suzy Pei was very anxious. Qiqi, just tell me what's wrong. Don't keep it in your heart. I feel so sad when I see you being so quiet. Suzy Pei could not help but comfort Mu Qiqi. The Mu family is really despicable. How could they steal our results? If I could kill Mu Tongxue, I really want to end all my troubles. But I can't become like Mu Tongxue. I am fine. Don't worry. Mu Qiqi looked at Suzy Pei and forced a smile. Why don't you go out with Xianxia for a few days? Mu Qiqi did not have the mood to play now. Mu Tongxue had snatched her results, which was equivalent to snatching her life and future. How could she go out and have fun at a time like this? She will go to my place these 2 days. Xing Xiao suddenly appeared in the small villa. He said to Suzy Pei and Mu Qiqi, I am working with Principal Lu to investigate the exam papers. I need her cooperation. Xing Xiao's reason was reasonable. Suzy Pei was not worried. All right, young Master Xing. I will have to trouble you for the next few days. Mu Qiqi was not as excited as she used to be now that she could live in her new home openly. She became very calm and did not like to talk. Lu Wenhua and I have already asked the teacher who was in charge of you and Mu Tongshue's exam room. It is not the right time to take action yet. We need to get the results of your notes first. Didn't you say that the exam papers will be destroyed in the future? Mu Qiqi asked Xing Xiao. The secret room was stolen once in a while. We don't have enough evidence. So the higher-ups can't do anything about it. Xing Xiao answered her directly. The exam papers are in the appraisal office now. So soon. Every time Mu Tongxue laughs, it's a heart-wrenching pain for you. Do you think I would drag it out for long? Xing Xiao asked in return. Mu Tongxue would only suffer worse when she sees you like this. Xiao, I have thought about what Uncle Lu said. I don't have the energy to study for another year and I don't want to miss the chance to enter Xingting University. So, I can really enter the forensic science faculty. I'll let Mu Tongxue know that I can shine just as brightly as her results. It's just that I couldn't become your junior sister as I wished. I'm very sorry. Idiot, as long as you enter Xingting University you will still be my junior. Moreover, you will be my woman. What's so important about a junior? Xing Xiao drove the car into the parking lot of the new house and carried Mu Qiqi into the living room. One more thing. The Mu family is planning to hold a banquet to celebrate Mu Tongshue's college entrance examination. What do you think? After I get the admission letter from Xingting University. Then I'll have to congratulate him personally. Mu Qiqi laughed self-deprecatingly. Before that, I'll prepare the testimonies of the 2 witnesses and the results of the test. You'll have to give Mu Tongxue a huge gift then. At that, Mu Qiqi wrapped her arms around his neck and buried her face in his neck. After that, Lu Wenhua went to the small villa again. But this time Mu Qiqi was not there. Suzy Pei did not avoid Lu Wenhua like before. Instead, she asked him about the progress of the investigation. Zipei, don't worry. Young Master Xing and I have planned everything carefully. So the truth will come to light sooner or later. But you and Mu Tongxue must be mentally prepared. Because even if we can prove that Mu Tongxue switched Mu Tongshue's exam papers, the 724 marks will not belong to Mu Tongxue anymore. Because no one can guarantee that the exam papers were not tampered with. The only way is to let Mu Tongxue take the college entrance examination again. The Mu family is too cruel. After hearing Lu Wenhua's words, Suzy Pei could not help but cry. To them, destroying a person is just a whim. It's just a decision they make on a whim. Don't worry. We'll get justice for Mu Tongxue. Then can't Mu Tongxue get into the best university? I've told you before that forensic science is the most important university for Mu Tongxue. The education department will not recognize Mu Tongxue's results. But they will keep her current marks. But forensic science, doesn't she have to deal with corpses all the time? She's just a girl. You need to change your way of thinking. According to Mu Tongxue's current condition, she can't go into business. But she can go into politics. It's also a way for her to protect herself. Su Zipei felt that what Lu Wenhua said made sense. Then she said, I'll let Mu Tongxue think about it. Then that's all for today. I'll go and ask the people from the appraisal department. Xianxia was the one who gave him the exam papers. Although he did not know when Xianxia sent someone to infiltrate the confidential room, it was not an urgent matter anymore. If the higher-ups wanted to pursue the matter, he would bear all the consequences. Then Xianxia and Lu Wenhua went to the appraisal department. They gave each other Mu Qiqi's daily notes, exam papers, and Mu Tongxue's daily notes and exam papers. After comparing the notes with the professionals, they finally came to a conclusion. Firstly, the names on these 2 college entrance exams have been altered. They used the most advanced correction potion to alter the names without leaving a trace. Currently, this kind of thing is almost impossible to buy in the market. Can be found overseas, but it costs a lot of money. Secondly, the notes in these 2 exam papers are very similar. The similarity is 70%. After comparing the notes with Mu Tongxue's daily notes, we found that one of the 2 exam papers has been forged. But there are many traces of forgery in one of the exam papers. And this forgery is very similar to Mu Tongxue's notes. No matter how a person imitates, no matter how well he or she imitates, he or she will not be able to change his or her habit of using his or her pen. So after comparing the 2 exam papers, we found that they were swapped. And in order to confuse the public, Mu Tongxue even practiced Mu Qiqi's notes. This can be seen from her sudden change in writing habits. Actually, it's a very clumsy method. If Mu Qiqi did not do so well in the exam, she might not even realize it herself. She might really think that she did something wrong in the exam. But Mu Qiqi got the 3rd place in the entire country. Lu Wenhua told the staff from the appraisal department. I'm afraid Mu Tongxue did not think about it too. Because she prepared for the exam seriously. Otherwise, she would not have passed the admission requirements of Xingting University. Chapter 81. Now that we have the results, young Master Xing, I will leave the rest to you, Lu Wenhua said to Xianxia. Lu Wenhua was referring to the 2 invigilators. To be specific, there were 4 of them, 1 main invigilator and 1 assistant invigilator. Mu Tongxue and Mu Qiqi were in different exam rooms. If they wanted to exchange the exam papers, the invigilators would definitely collude with them. It all depended on how the invigilators were going to explain themselves. The main goal now was to find out who the 2 main invigilators were. Xianxia nodded. Leave it to me. I am good at dealing with scumbags. Since there was an act of bribery, most people would naturally react and investigate the bank account. But now many people knew to be cautious and use cash or checks. Cash could be hidden indefinitely while checks could be exchanged after the commotion died down. So the 2 main invigilators were not that stupid. Even if they had a huge sum of money, they would not let others know. If they wanted to get the 2 to testify, they must have something on them. If they wanted to get something on them, they must find their weakness. Out of the 2 of them, one of them was very honest. He went to school as usual every day. His life was always between school and home. However, he had a daughter who was sick. The other teacher was a womanizer. He loved to drink. Lu Wenhua thought that Xianxia would look for the drunkard because he seemed to have a lot of flaws. But Xianxia did not waste his time on the drunkard. Instead, he investigated the good father. He wanted to know what kind of illness his daughter had, how serious it was, and how many surgeries she had undergone. In the end, Jing Yun told him that his daughter had congenital heart disease. She was waiting in line for resources. With this information, Xianxia whispered to Jing Yun, "Go to the hospital. Do this." Lu Wenhua looked at Xianxia confusedly. "Why don't you look for the drunkard? Do you think I want to do something to his daughter?" Xianxia sneered and shook his head. "Principal Lu, am I such a despicable person in your heart?" "It's just a rumor." Lu Wenhua smiled awkwardly. "I just asked Jing Yun to contact the medical staff and tell the good father that his daughter is going to undergo surgery soon. What do you think he will do if he is anxious?" Lu Wenhua was enlightened. Indeed, the crown prince was the one who had to do this. A normal person would never think of using that seriously ill girl. However, from the moment this good father did something bad, this man was not worthy of sympathy. That was why Xianxia had no scruples. Let's wait and see. As long as one side confesses, the other side can't deny it even if they want to. These few days Muqiqi stayed in her new home. But she was still not energetic. She knew that Xianxia and Lu Wenhua were busy with her. But she still needed some time to get over the pain she was feeling. That was why Muqiqi stayed at home, imagining how she would appear on the day of Mu Tongshua's gathering to give her the biggest surprise. Moreover, Xiaoxiao had not closed his eyes for a few days. It made Muqiqi feel guilty and urged her to pull herself together. Although the pain caused by the Mu family really made her feel as if she was going to destroy the world. Late that night, Xianxiao returned to his new home travel-worn. He wanted to tell Muqiqi that he had found the evidence. The doctor lied to the man and said that he needed 1.5 million for the surgery. The man was so scared that his face turned pale. After that, he made a few phone calls in the corridor. There were signs of an argument. But in the end, he went to the bank and cashed the check. Jing Yun took a photo of everything, including the check with your mother's name on it. After that, Jing Yun took the evidence and went to the man. Guess what he wanted to do? He wanted to save his daughter first. What a kind father he is. Unfortunately, his daughter did not need the surgery at all. Jing Yun would never forget that scene for the rest of his life. The man wanted to jump off the building, but Jing Yun stopped him. What do you think your death is worth? Your family will lose their source of income from now on. The truth will be buried in the sea. Then, the person whose result was changed by you will never get justice in his life. Do you think your death is worth it? The man hesitated. I promise I won't call the police. I just want you to tell me the truth. Moreover, I will take care of your daughter's medical expenses forever. I can sign the papers so that you can rest assured. Seeing that Jing Yun had given him so many benefits, the man finally sat on the floor and burst into tears. I really didn't do it on purpose. It's my first time doing such a thing. According to the man, he was in charge of the exam room where Mu Tongxue was. Then he made an agreement with the chief examiner of the other exam room to exchange the exam papers and share the spoils with the teacher of the same exam room. The names of the exam papers had been changed beforehand. So the difficulty for them was how to exchange the exam papers. The truth had been revealed. But Muqiqi did not feel happy at all. Because Mu Tongxue was still laughing. Moreover, the result of exchanging the exam papers had been done. The damage to her had been done. Now, only by making Mu Tongxue pay the price could she completely calm the fire in her heart. Xianxiao looked at Muqiqi's indifferent face. Then he put all the evidence in front of her. These are all for you. Moreover, Jing Yun has found out which hotel the Mu family booked. When the time comes, you can enjoy the big screen. This time you must fight well in this battle. It must have been hard, right? Muqiqi looked at Xianxiao, her heart aching. You're the crown prince, but you ran around for a little girl like me. You didn't even sleep for a few nights. Xianxiao knew that she would not calm down before she vented her anger. That was why he simply pinched her cheeks and got close to her. You know you owe me. As for the compensation, wait until I'm done with Mu Tongxue. No, Xiaoxiao. It's the entire Mu family. Since they can turn my life upside down, let's fight to the death. I won't let anyone from the Mu family off. I will return all the grievances and grudges. Since they won't let me have it easy, no one can have their way. That was probably the biggest release Muqiqi had been holding back all this while. Xianxiao laughed out loud when he saw how insolent and arrogant she was. Chapter 82. It was the middle of July at the 5-star Crown Resort Hotel. The Mu family was going to hold a celebration for Mu Tongxue that night. They wanted to congratulate her for her excellent results and her admission into the best university in Xingting University. At 6 o'clock, the guests arrived one after another. Apart from Papa Mu's business friends, the Mu family was there too. No matter if they were jealous or envious of Mu Tongxue, they couldn't let anyone take advantage of them. Papa Mu was all smiles tonight. He was proud of Mu Tongshue's results. Everyone was envious and praised him. Mama Mu was smiling too. She was wearing a long black dress and was adorned with jewels and diamonds. She looked noble and elegant. As for Mu Tongxue, she was the little princess of the night. She was wearing a purple halter dress, which made her look a little charming. After all, she was an adult and Mama Mu did not stop her from dressing like a little girl. Xiao Mu like father like daughter. Mu Tongxue is so outstanding. I'm so envious. That's right. As a congratulatory gift, I've prepared a big gift for my niece. Then third uncle gave her a bunch of car keys. A Ferrari for my niece. Perfect. A beautiful car for a beautiful woman. Thank you, third uncle. Mu Tongxue held the keys. She was very excited. It was because she had gotten the admission letter from Xianxia University. It meant that it was too late for Mu Qiqi to know the truth now. Tongxue is so promising. Her grandmother loves her so much since she was young. Grandpa Mu was sitting on the high seat. He held his walking stick and waved at Mu Tongxue. Shue, come to me. Grandpa. Mu Tongxue walked to him. I've prepared a big gift for you two. Then Grandpa Mu gestured to the lawyer beside him. Read it. It's like this. Miss Mu is now an adult. Moreover, she has obtained such excellent results in her exams. So, Chairman Mu has decided to transfer 5% of Mu Group's shares to Miss Mu Tongxue. He hopes that she can grow up quickly and contribute to Mu Group. Even Papa Mu only owned 12% of the shares. Now Mu Tongxue owned 5%. How enviable was that? Of course Papa Mu was the happiest. Because Mu Tongxue could not manage the shares with her current ability. She needed him as her father. What an honor. I'm so envious. Look at other people's daughters. Mu Tongxue was the center of attention tonight, and the Mu family had completely forgotten that Mu Qiqi was still there. Under the luxurious chandelier and the melodious vintage music, no one mentioned Mu Qiqi's name. It was as if she had never appeared and did not exist in this world. Shue, it's a happy night. Why don't you go up there and say a few words to thank everyone for their support? Papa Mu reminded. Mu Tongxue nodded. At that moment she was like a proud little princess. She had everything now, whether it was her grades, her position in the Mu family, or the shares of the Mu family. She had everything. Then Mu Tongxue walked to the stage. But just as she was about to step on the stage, a staff member came to her with a gift box. Miss Mu, someone has brought you a gift. Mu Tongxue quickly caught the exquisite gift box. Who gave it to you? A secret guest. She asked you to sign for it. She will be here soon, the staff answered politely. Mu Tongxue did not think much about it. She immediately signed for the gift. But she did not know who would be so thoughtful as to wrap it so beautifully. Shue, hurry up and open it. It might be one of your admirers. Mama Mu quickly said. He was very curious. That's right. The guests started to cheer. Mu Tongxue nodded and smiled as she opened the brocade box. However, her face paled the moment the box was opened. Mama Mu saw that she was not right. She quickly asked, "What's wrong?" Mu Tongxue put the box away guiltily. But Mama Mu took it from her. "What's this?" There was nothing else. It was just the appraisal report of the 2 test papers. Mama Mu put it away. Her face turned pale too. "It's nothing. It's just a prank." "What prank?" Papa Mu snatched it away. He was about to open the box when Mama Mu begged him. "Hubby, don't open it. Please. Dad, it's a private gift. Let me go home and open it." Mu Tongxue tried to smooth things over. Right at this moment, a figure walked out from the crowd. She was wearing a blue starry sky short skirt. Her figure was skinny, but her eyes were sharp, carrying with them an extreme coldness. More importantly, she looked almost the same as Mu Tongxue. But her temperament was completely different. If Mu Tongxue was a delicate rose, Mu Qiqi was a dangerous black rose at that very moment. How could an 18-year-old girl be so intimidating? This was really surprising. "It's my gift. Why don't you dare to open it?" Mu Qiqi slowly walked towards the crowd and asked the Mu family. "Or are you afraid?" When Mu Tongxue saw Mu Qiqi, she quickly went up to her. "Sister, this is not the time for jokes." But Mu Qiqi pushed her away. "Who's your sister? Do you think of me as your sister?" Mama Mu stepped forward as well. But before she could reach Mu Qiqi turned to face the guests. "Let me tell you what this present I've given you is. I believe many of you here have children studying at Eton. You must have heard about Mu Tongxue's results and why she could perform so well. Mu Qiqi, you didn't do well. Can't you let others do well?" Mu Tongxue quickly gained the upper hand. I know what the school thinks of me, but this is my real results. It has nothing to do with you. Is that so? Mu Qiqi smiled. Then she pointed at the box in Papa Mu's hand with her chin. Do you dare to open the box and show everyone what's inside? Don't make trouble out of nothing. Mu Qiqi glared at Mu Tongxue with determination and disgust. Then she walked up to Papa Mu and took the box from him. She opened it in front of everyone, but Mu Tongxue snatched it away from him. In the process, the report fell beside the guest's feet. The guests bent down to pick it up and read its contents. What does it say? One of the guests asked. Then she said to the hotel manager, Can I trouble you to turn on the super large screen in your hotel? I really can't wait. Since Xianxia had arranged it beforehand, the hotel was very cooperative. They immediately turned on the big screen in the hotel and were ready to show the video Xianxia had given them. Mu Tongxue, Mrs. Mu, I'll give you one last chance. Do you admit that you bribed the invigilator to switch my exam papers? Giving birth to a daughter like you is the biggest humiliation of my life. Mama Mu hugged Mu Tongxue and snorted coldly. Mu Qiqi nodded. She did not intend to give them another chance. She immediately asked the staff to show the video. Then a figure appeared on the big screen. It was one of the main examiners, the good father. He recorded the video. Mrs. Mu contacted me a few times. The first time she offered me $1 million. But I thought it was too risky, so I rejected her. Later she used my daughter's illness to persuade me. He gave me a check of $3 million. So I agreed. Moreover, I covered for each other with the assistant examiner in the same exam room. After everything was done, I gave him $500,000 in cash. We swapped Mu Qiqi and Mu Tongshue's exam papers. At first, I thought that as long as Mu Tongxue did better than Mu Qiqi, I would have completed the mission. I did not expect Mu Qiqi to get the third place in the entire country. When the results were announced, I thought that perhaps this day would come. The teacher in the video looked very miserable. He was even crying. But it still gave Mu Tongxue a chance to struggle. Do you think that you can get into Xingting University just because you bribed the teacher and slandered me? Sister, it's too late. Xingting University's acceptance letter is already here. Whether it's slander or not, I've already called the police. The police have the evidence, the check, whatever you want. The Mu family can't do whatever they want. Do you think that you can scare me? Mu Tongxue showed her strong mentality. She was not scared by Mu Qiqi at all. I think that I should be the one to call the police. Obviously, Mu Tongxue was not willing to be suppressed by Mu Qiqi. And Mu Qiqi would not lower her head to Mu Tongxue. At that moment, Papa Mu finally said, Enough. This farce was really enough. Mu Qiqi, is that all you can do? A fine banquet was turned into such a mess by you. What a disgrace. To Papa Mu, he thought that Mu Qiqi was just throwing a tantrum and joking. He thought that Mu Qiqi was just unwilling to admit defeat. When Mu Tongxue saw Papa Mu standing in front of her, she became even more confident. Sister, your show is over. Can you get lost now? Mu Qiqi, leave now. Your father is not going to pursue this matter. Just look at the Mu family's courage in refusing to admit even in death. Their act of covering one's ears while stealing a bell was simply too shameless. Still, this time Mu Qiqi would not be fooled by this family. Because the police arrived soon. The police entered the hotel and asked everyone, Who is Madame Su Ziqing? Mama Mu's face changed instantly. Uncle, this is her. Mu Qiqi pointed at Mama Mu and said to the police. You're suspected of bribery. Come with us. After the police said that, they took out their handcuffs and tried to put them on Mama Mu. But Mama Mu grabbed Papa Mu and begged for mercy. Hubby, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you arresting me? Stop acting. Otherwise, I'll charge you for obstructing public service. The short police officer shouted at Mama Mu. Then he ordered his subordinates to bring Mama Mu away. Hubby, save me. You, Mu Tongxue and Mu Qiqi are coming to the police station to help with the investigation. Before the police took Mama Mu away, they told Mu Qiqi, Don't be afraid, child. We will fight for the justice you want. Thank you, officer. Mu Qiqi said with tears in her eyes. Come to the police station after you're done here. The officer told Mu Qiqi. Chapter 84. Mu Tongxue, are you going to continue? The Education Bureau, the police, Eton, Xingting University, and even the whole country who care about education will be watching you. Are you going to continue to be stubborn? At that time the news will know about it. Everything about you will be uncovered. Third in the country? You won't just be the third place in the country tomorrow. I will make you the first place in the country. Mu Tongxue shook her head after hearing what Mu Qiqi said. She denied it. Sister, do you think you can lie to me? I didn't change your exam paper. I will never admit it. If I did, I will be struck by lightning. Then Mu Tongxue went forward and grabbed Papa Mu's shirt. Dad, believe me. These are my results. I didn't change my sister's exam paper. But the evidence was out. The police had come to arrest them. Mu Tongxue was still lying to herself. The guests could see it clearly. Especially the elders of the Mu family. They felt embarrassed. So they said to Papa Mu, "Second brother, I don't know what to say. Do as you see fit." The relatives took the opportunity to leave the hotel. Because they could not afford to be humiliated. How could you do something like changing your sister's exam paper? You're crazy. How could you steal your sister's exam paper? I'm afraid the Mu family is going to be infamous this time. You can't judge a book by its cover. You even set your sister up. All around them, the angry voices of the guests were like sharp knives stabbing into Mu Tongxue's heart. You're all talking nonsense. I didn't change Mu Qiqi's exam paper. She is the one who framed me. Mu Tongxue ran to Grandpa Mu and knelt down. Grandpa, you have to uphold justice for me. Grandpa, I really didn't change my exam paper. I did it myself. Grandpa Mu held his walking stick. His expression was stern and his eyes were cold. He looked at Mu Qiqi from afar and asked, "Qiqi, are you trying to take revenge on the Mu family? Are you trying to frame your sister because you are not happy about being kicked out of the family? If that's the case, you should come for me. Why do you have to hurt your sister? It's been so many years. I never thought that you would even be concerned about her college entrance exam results. Everything that happened here today, I don't believe it at all. If you didn't do this to retaliate against the Mujia, then why would you do this? Why did you have to choose such a day to make this public? What education bureau? What police station? It's just a bluff. After the police station investigates the matter, I believe that they will definitely give my granddaughter justice. As for you, you've embarrassed the Mu clan. In this life, don't even think about stepping into the Mu clan's door." The guests are dismissed. Before the evidence is out, I'll only believe what my granddaughter says. With that, he pulled Mu Tongxue to her feet. Still, that was within Mu Qiqi's expectations. The Mu family would never admit that they were cunning. "Grandpa, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Don't be afraid. Grandpa has a lawyer by his side. Little heed this matter. Help me deal with it." The lawyer next to Grandpa Mu saw the situation with his own eyes. So he had a pair of sharp eyes, especially when he saw the report and the police. So he knew very well whether Mu Tongxue had swapped the exam papers or not. But because Grandpa Mu was his employer, he could not reject Grandpa Mu's request. As a lawyer, he should have a bottom line. So, lawyer, he told Grandpa Mu honestly, "Grandpa, based on the evidence that Mu Qiqi has presented, the Education Bureau and the police station are very likely to say that Miss Mu changed the exam papers. So, I think that the Mu family should think of a way to settle this matter instead of going against Mu Qiqi. Otherwise, it will not benefit the Mu family at all." "But I didn't change her exam papers." Mu Tongxue refused to give in. "Moreover, the admission letter from Xingting University has been issued. I will be able to enter the best university soon." When the guests left, Su Zipei was ordered by Xianxia to tell Mu Qiqi about the latest announcement from the Education Bureau and the results of the announcement from Xingting University. After Mu Qiqi heard this, she quickly turned on her phone. She saw the response from the Education Department. She walked in front of Mu Tongxue and showed her the phone. "The Education Department has already announced that your results have been cancelled. Xingting University has also sent out a notice overnight to withdraw your admission. Tomorrow the whole Jianchuan will know that you changed my exam papers. Mu Tongxue, if you kneel in front of the Mu family now, they will not be able to protect you. You want to enter Xingting University? Not even in your next life." Then Mu Qiqi continued to speak to the Mu family. "I know that you have always favored Mu Tongxue since you were young. So even at this time you are still deceiving yourself. I don't blame you. But Grandpa, Dad, ask yourselves. What have I received from the Mu family for so many years? Have you ever cared about me? You beat and scold me at every turn. It seems that I am an unnecessary existence in your eyes. If that is the case, why did you give birth to me? Since you can sacrifice me for your own benefit, it is fine. Now, I can only harm the benefit that you care about the most. So, don't blame me for what I did today. It is you who did not treat me as a human first. After saying that, Mu Qiqi returned to Mu Tongxue. She stared at her fiercely. The Mu Qiqi that you bullied in the past has been completely destroyed by you this time. Since the day the results were announced, I was crying in the corner while you were laughing on the stage. From that moment onwards, I swore that I will see you lose your reputation. There will be no place for you in Jianchuan. You can continue to tell others that you did not change my exam papers. When the whole world knows about this, you see, at that moment Dad and Grandpa behind you will only give you the loudest slap in the face. Mu Tongxue, I am looking forward to that moment. After saying that, Mu Qiqi wiped her tears away. She pretended to be strong. Also, I have never wanted to return to the Mu family. But I will remember every single thing that the Mu family did to me. Seeing that Mu Tongshue's body was about to collapse, Mu Qiqi turned around. I am done. I will see you at the police station later. After saying that, Mu Qiqi walked away with determined steps. The more wounds there were, the more hatred there was. Chapter 85. Soon the guests left the hotel. Only the members of the Mu family were left, especially Mu Tongxue, who was squatting on the floor. She was sobbing uneasily. She looked weak and helpless. Papa Mu did not care about his daughter. He said to his assistant, "Let's go to the police station first." Then he left. He was very disappointed with the two sisters. The news would be published tomorrow. So it was better for him to go back to the company to prepare for it instead of comforting them. Then Grandpa Mu helped Mu Tongxue to stand up. He looked at his son walking away and said to the lawyer, "Lawyer He, let's go to the police station together. I will take care of that bastard." Is Grandpa Mu. The Mu family became lively after the news came out. Mama Mu kept claiming that she was innocent after she was brought to the police station. She did not cooperate with the investigation at all. The police could not stand it anymore. "Let me tell you, Madam Su. The Ministry of Education has announced that you will be severely punished if you do not cooperate with the investigation on bribing the examiner. 3 million. It's 2 million in total. Do you know that it's a serious crime to bribe more than 10,000? Do you know how many years you will be sentenced to? You are still trying to defend yourself. The victim has already provided important evidence. The only reason you're sitting here is to fight for a reduced sentence for yourself, but you're still not cooperating." Mama Mu was shocked. She quickly took her phone. "No, I want to hire a lawyer. Do whatever you want. But the evidence that the police have is very comprehensive. You will not be able to escape even if you hire a lawyer." Soon Mu Qiqi arrived at the police station. She was going to provide the police with detailed evidence and her statement. Soon Grandpa Mu brought Mu Tongxue to the police station. The police looked at the two sisters. They felt that the world was full of strange things. Some twins were inseparable. Some twins tried to kill each other. But they had never seen twins killing each other like this. Of course, Mu Qiqi was the victim. She deserved more sympathy from the police. But they still handled the case according to the law. They were just a little gentler to Mu Qiqi. "Both of you, please come here and record your statements." Mu Tongxue looked angry, wronged, and scared. "Lawyer He, go in and comfort Tongxue." Grandpa Mu was really biased. The police could not help patting Mu Qiqi's shoulder. "Little girl, we will definitely clear your name. Now that things are clear, just wait for the results." Mu Qiqi nodded. Although she felt wronged, she insisted on finishing her statement and left the interrogation room. When Mu Qiqi returned to the main hall, she saw Grandpa Mu. He was asking about Mama Mu's condition. The policeman answered him directly, "Grandpa, I'm afraid Madame Su can't go home for the time being. She is suspected of bribery. The amount involved is huge. I'm afraid she won't be able to leave easily. The evidence is already in the final stage. You should go home. It's already so late. Take care of yourself." Grandpa Mu frowned when he heard that. It was because he realized that Mu Qiqi was not the one who framed Mu Tongxue. Officer, my little girl has been wronged. Grandpa, the Education Bureau will not get involved if she is wronged. Moreover, the police will investigate it overnight. The impact of this incident is too big. Please go home. Grandpa Mu was stunned for a moment. Then he seemed to wake up. He looked at Mu Qiqi, who was not far away, with a complicated expression. Then Mu Tongxue came out of the interrogation room in tears. Grandpa Mu said to her, Shui, the police are serious now. You should tell me the truth. Mu Tongxue was already scared. She could only pretend to faint when Grandpa Mu asked her. Seeing that she had fainted, Grandpa Mu asked Lawyer He to carry her. Send her to the hospital. Then he walked up to Mu Qiqi with his walking stick and said, Do you really have to be so calculative about it? Are you willing to destroy the Mu family? I believe in the regenerative ability of the Mu family. It's not something that I can destroy. Secondly, when you said that, did you think that you would stand in my shoes and defend me? We are both born in the Mu family. It's only right that Mu Tongxue stole my results. But. Having said that, Mu Qiqi turned around and walked out of the police station. Grandpa Mu sighed deeply. He trusted Mu Tongxue so much. He did not believe in any evidence. He was afraid that Mu Tongxue would be wronged and framed. But his granddaughter was not as simple as he thought. The scariest thing was that tomorrow would be the day after. Because it would be a heavy blow to the Mu family and the Mu group once it was exposed. So they should not have provoked Mu Qiqi in the first place. They should have begged her to let it go. But it was too late now. That night was the result of Xing Zhao's training for Mu Qiqi. She had the courage to stand in front of everyone and say those words because she had rehearsed it in front of Xing Zhao. But when they walked out of the police station, Mu Qiqi suddenly squatted down. She felt helpless. At that moment, Xing Zhao's tall figure appeared on the other side of the road. He crossed the red light and walked towards Mu Qiqi. Then he picked her up. Mu Qiqi hugged Xing Zhao's neck. She cried loudly in the noisy traffic. Hush, I am so sad. Xing Zhao put her in the car. Then he hugged her head and let her bury her head in his arms. So what if you have no family? Am I not better than your father or your mother? Did you see how Mu Tongxue tried to argue? She even tried to run away. You are great today. You are really great. Xing Zhao kissed Mu Qiqi's head. Then he brought her back to the small mansion. Little one, you have gotten what you wanted. Mu Tongxue will never be able to enter Xingting University again. She will never be able to enter Xingting University again. Moreover, tomorrow will be a truly difficult day for the Mu clan. At that moment, Mu Qiqi had mixed feelings. Because the person she was tearing apart was Mu Tongxue, Mama Mu and all her family. But all of this was because she was forced into a corner. And just you wait. Your father will come and apologize to you. He will beg you to come back to the Mu family. Because that was the only way Papa Mu could appease the public. Chapter 86. That night, the news about the sisters exchanging the exam papers was reported in the morning newspaper the next day. Of course, Mama Mu and Mu Tongxue's behavior became a hot topic among the people. Papa Mu was humiliated because of it. Meanwhile, Mu Group stocks were affected and started to fall. But Mu Tongxue was still trying to shift the blame to Grandpa Mu when she woke up in the hospital. She knelt down in front of Grandpa Mu and said, Grandpa, I really thought that this was my result. I really didn't know that the exam papers were tampered with. Grandpa Mu finally understood what happened. So he looked at Mu Tongxue in disappointment. Then, tell me, why did you practice Mu Tongshue's handwriting? Mommy asked me to do that. I really don't know anything, Grandpa. Your mommy paid a lot to exchange the exam papers for you. You don't know anything? I don't believe it. But it's true. Mu Tongxue argued pitifully. If Grandma is still here, she will definitely believe that I'm innocent. Grandpa Mu's heart softened when he heard Mu Tongxue talking about his wife. Finally, he said to Mu Tongxue seriously, if there's any investigation, just say that you don't know anything. It's all your mother's plan. It has nothing to do with you. At least the Mu family won't be so humiliated. Thank you, Grandpa. She was young and ignorant. She was easily misled by others. Grandpa Mu thought that he should at least protect Mu Tongxue. Even so, Xingting University has announced that you won't be able to study in this university anymore. Mu Tongxue knew that she couldn't study in Xingting University anymore. But Mu Qiqi couldn't either. Unless Mu Qiqi had to study for another year. Thinking about it now, it was not a big loss. Don't think too much since you're staying in the hospital. Have a good rest. Don't worry about anything else. After that, Grandpa Mu left the hospital with his walking stick. He went straight to Mu Group. It was because they had to make a choice at this moment. The news is out. Although it won't affect the foundation of Mu Group, it will inevitably be used by people with ulterior motives. So, you need to let your daughter-in-law take responsibility for everything as soon as possible. Moreover, you need to take responsibility for Tongshua's sins as well. That's the only way to prevent any losses. Papa Mu understood Grandpa Xing's suggestion and nodded. I understand, Dad. As for Mu Qiqi, you have to appease her now. Otherwise, if she insists on pursuing the matter, this matter will drag on for a year and a half. I understand. Papa Mu nodded. That was why the Mu family intended for Mama Mu to bear the entire burden. Of course she would not agree to it, but the Mu family had a lawyer. Mama Mu was waiting for the Mu family's lawyer to come and bail her out of the police station. However, the lawyer was not there to bail her out. Mr. Officer, may I have a word with my client? Su Zipei hated Mu Tongxue the most. Mama Mu was second to her. Of course she did not want to see that vicious woman. But Lu Wenhua tried to persuade her. Logically speaking, your sister wants to see the Mu family the most now. Why does she want to see you? There must be a reason behind it. You should go and see her. Mu Qiqi felt that Principal Lu was right. And although it doesn't matter if that woman admits it or not, I hope that she and Mu Tongxue will be punished sooner. If that's the case, I'll go to the police station. Su Zipei stood up. I'll send you there. Because of Mu Qiqi, Lu Wenhua became a frequent visitor of the small mansion. Su Zipei no longer hated him. Chapter 87. Then Mu Qiqi whipped out her phone. She wanted to call Xianxia but hung up after dialing. She had been immersed in pain all this while. She did not have a good date with Xianxia and she did not know what Xianxia thought of her. On the other side, Xianxia was dealing with some work. His phone rang once and hung up. He put down his documents and picked up his phone. He did not call Mu Qiqi but drove straight to the little mansion. Mu Qiqi was alone in the little mansion. She was stunned when she saw Xianxia enter the living room. Xiao Xiao. Xianxia hugged her and put her on his thighs. Seeing Mu Qiqi's blushing face, he mocked her. Have you forgotten who your body belongs to after not hugging you for a few days? Mu Qiqi wrapped her arms around his neck and shook her head. I haven't forgotten. I'm just afraid that you don't want it. Why did you call me just now? Xianxia asked, hugging her. I just miss you. Mu Qiqi answered softly. It's been a long time since we last had a date. Xianxia could not help rolling his eyes at that. Then he put her down. I have something to do now. We'll talk about it tonight. I'll pick you up at the same place at 11 o'clock. Are you leaving now? Do you know there are more than 30 people waiting for me for a meeting? With that, Xianxia walked out of the little mansion and drove quickly to Huangyao. His little one's existence was affecting his mood too much. If he could not confirm it with his own eyes, he would not be able to hold a meeting in peace. Mu Qiqi watched as Xianxia left. Her heart was sweet and bitter at the same time. Because she did not know where her future lay. When Su Zipei arrived at the police station, the police arranged for her to meet Mama Mu alone. Facing the person who would frame her own daughter, Su Zipei really could not muster up a good attitude. She could only ask Mama Mu stiffly, "What's the matter? Just say it. As long as you are willing to seek justice for me." Zipei, the Mu family is going to sacrifice me now. They want me to bear all the responsibility. It's not a sacrifice, it's what you deserve. Mu Qiqi was chased out of the Mu family and she's already in so much pain. Now that she's ranked third in the entire country, you've ruined her future just because of an exchange. What's so great about Mu Tongxue that she deserves to be treated like this by your twin daughter? Su Zipei couldn't hold back her tears. If you still have a heart, you should feel shame and regret for everything you've done. I know I've let Mu Qiqi down. I thought I could live a luxurious life in the Mu family forever. But now I realize that the Mu family, my husband and my daughter don't care about me at all. They even want me to confess to my crimes. I don't have anyone else to look for right now. I know Qiqi hates me, so I can only look for you. As long as you can promise me that after I turn myself in, you will help me find a lawyer and help me get out as soon as possible. This time I won't listen to the Mu family's arrangements. What's the Mu clan's arrangement? They claim that Mu Tongxue doesn't know anything and that I've done everything by myself. Su Zipei laughed coldly at Mama Mu's words. So this is the Mu family you've worked so hard for all your life. As long as you promise me that you'll help me find a lawyer, I'll stand by Mu Qiqi this time. Don't you want the Mu family anymore? Don't you want riches? No, I won't. When I'm out of detention, I'll sue the Mu family and get my compensation. After all, Mama Mu knew very well that the Mu family didn't care about her life at all. They only cared about the stocks of Mu Group. As for Mu Tongxue, she was like a ball of white snow chilling to the bone. I'll promise you if it's really as you say. But the Mu family's lawyer will stay by your side. I'll pretend to promise him. Then I'll tell the truth when I confess. All right. The Mu family didn't know that Su Zipei had come to the police station, because Mama Mu had asked the police not to tell anyone. Then she replied to the Mu family's lawyer. He agreed to do it. She would take all the blame so that Mu Group could return to normal. Grandpa Mu and Papa Mu were very happy when they heard that. Especially Mu Tongxue. She even thought that even if Mu Qiqi's results were not recognized, she could still get her results back. Because she was also a victim. But Mu Qiqi's handwriting was so obvious. How could she say that she didn't know that her mother would do that? Who was she trying to fool? No matter what, she was relieved that Mama Mu was willing to take all the blame. Didn't Mu Qiqi think that she had already won? Not yet. When Su Zipei returned home, she told Mu Qiqi and Lu Wenhua about it. Lu Wenhua sighed when he heard that. That's what a rich family is like. But now it's interesting that your sister has to choose between her two daughters. I want to know how much her testimony will affect Mu Tongxue. If she insists that Mu Tongxue doesn't know anything about it, then Mu Tongxue will be judged as a victim. Although her results will not be counted, she can still take the exam next year. But if she accuses Mu Tongxue of knowing about it, then Mu Tongxue won't be able to take the exam for the next 3 years. Moreover, it will be a stain on her reputation if she wants to do other things. It's totally different. So, no matter what happened in the past, it won't hurt Mu Qiqi to win her over. Alright, I will do my best to help Qiqi with this matter. Aunt, thank you. Mu Qiqi sat beside Su Zipei and said gratefully. Qiqi, now let's wait for the final judgment. Mu Tongxue must go to hell. I will not let her get away with it even if I have to risk my life. Mu Qiqi nodded and handed the pen Xianxia had given her to Su Zipei. Aunt Zipei, brother Xiao gave this to me. It has a recording function. Take it just in case. All right. Mu Tongxue calmed down when she knew that she was fine. She became the princess of the Mu family again. It was just that she missed the exam. She did not do well in the exam. It was a pity that her sister was ranked 3rd in the country. She did not know that some things could not escape from her. There was no fluke. She just thought that she was fine now. But when it happened, it would be more dramatic. In the middle of the night, Mama Mu was interrogated. The lawyer of the Mu family was there too. He was very satisfied when he left because Mama Mu did everything according to the arrangement of the Mu family. However, after the lawyer left, Mama Mu immediately said to the police, "What I said just now is not valid. I want to change my testimony and tell them the truth." If that was the case, the show tomorrow would be even more exciting. At 11 o'clock, Mu Qiqi finally waited until her aunt fell asleep. When she sneaked out of the house, she saw Xianxia standing under the moonlight. Her heart. Chapter 88. Mu Qiqi walked up to Xianxia and saw that his chest was wet. It's so hot. Did you wait long for me? I just wanted to see if Mu Qiqi is more important now after what happened. Is revenge more important or me more important? Mu Qiqi looked up at Xianxia and saw his half-smile. It was a feeling she had not felt for a long time. Well, do you have an answer in your heart? Xianxia grabbed Mu Qiqi's arm and put her in his sports car, and they headed straight to their new home. Still, Xianxia pulled Mu Qiqi into his arms as soon as he stepped through the door, kissing her wildly. At first, Mu Qiqi could only bear it. But when she felt that the person holding her was the man who had always been by her side and helped her the most, she suddenly began to respond and ignore everything else. By the time they realized what was going on, they were already lying on the sofa. Xing Zhao's shirt was already unbuttoned, revealing his sexy muscles. Mu Qiqi froze and sat up, not knowing what to do. Xing Zhao chuckled and lifted Mu Qiqi's chin. You've grown up. You actually dared to push me down. Mu Qiqi promptly threw herself into Xing Zhao's arms and clung tightly to his body. Xiao, if I really have you, I might cling to you for the rest of my life. Do you mean that you still regret it now? Xing Zhao asked her dangerously. I won't regret it. But you have a better choice. Mu Qiqi really thought so. She wanted to possess him, but she was afraid that he would not be happy in the future. Xing Zhao frowned and hugged Mu Qiqi tightly until she could not breathe. I would cling to you even if I die. What choice do you think I have? I've told you from the start. Don't even think about escaping for the rest of your life since you've dragged me into hell. At those words, Mu Qiqi pushed Xing Zhao away, but her eyes were fixed on his shirt that had already fallen apart. Then she reached out to unbutton his shirt as if having made up her mind. But Xing Zhao simply grabbed her hands. What? Do you want to repay me? Do you think your eyes can hide from me? If you're not doing this for pure pleasure, I'd rather take a cold shower. With that, Xing Zhao pushed Mu Qiqi away and walked straight to the bathroom. Mu Qiqi chuckled as she knelt on the sofa. In the end, she followed behind him and picked up his clothes from the floor one by one. Soon she pushed open the bathroom door and found him lying in the bathtub. Mu Qiqi did not dare to look around and only squatted beside him. It's not like I haven't seen it before. Why are you closing your eyes? Xing Zhao asked her teasingly. Back at the clinic you were very nimble. That was to save you. Mu Qiqi looked downwards and could still vaguely see the scar. Xing Zhao did not say anything. He just dragged Mu Qiqi into the bathtub and held her in his arms, pressing her down. If you move again, I won't be polite anymore. Xiao, will Mu Tongxue really get her retribution? Definitely. Xing Zhao held Mu Qiqi and answered her in a low but firm voice. The next morning, Mu Tongxue returned to the Mu family from the hospital. Although no one was nice to her, Papa Mu did not punish her. He even treated her like heir. Mu Tongxue knew her current situation. She should not appear in front of Papa Mu too often. She should clean up the mess as soon as possible so that she could win his heart back. Now that Mu Qiqi could not return to the Mu family, everything in the Mu family would eventually belong to her. As long as she could be useful to Papa Mu, he would not abandon her so easily. Now Mama Mu had taken all the blame. Although Mu Tongxue was lucky to escape the responsibility, she still had to plan for her future. But she never thought about it. She was too simple-minded. Mama Mu changed her statement overnight. By then, the police had submitted all the evidence and witnesses to the court. Soon Grandpa Mu called her. Don't be afraid, dear. Lawyer, he told me that you would be fine as long as your mother's statement is submitted. Then, should I go to the police station to see my mother? Why do you want to see her? She will be released in a few months. If you go to see her now, people will be suspicious. Also, Mu Group will hold a press conference in the afternoon. They will arrange for you to attend it. Attend it for what? She was just trying to push all the blame onto her mother. Although it was disgraceful, but in this situation there was no other way. Soon, Lu Wenhua received the news that Mu Group was going to hold a press conference. Then he went to the small mansion. The Mu family must think that they will succeed. So they are in a hurry to clarify the matter so that they can recover their shares. When is the press conference? Susie Pei was concerned about that. 2:00 in the afternoon. Then it will be a great show. Susie Pei smiled. Then she nudged Mu Qiqi. Let's wait for the show in the afternoon. Mu Group was holding a press conference to apologize to the public. They also wanted Mu Tongxue to clarify that she had nothing to do with the matter. She was a victim through and through. Mu Tongxue put on her best acting skills in front of the camera. He could not stop crying. She looked so pitiful. I really didn't know that Mommy would do this. If I knew, I would rather die than let Mommy be so confused. Moreover, I should have asked more questions. I always believed in Mommy. I always thought that Mommy thought that sister's handwriting was beautiful. That's why she asked me to practice it. I always treated sister as my role model. I really didn't know that Mommy lied to me just so that she could help me cheat during the exam. It's all my fault. I've let sister down. I've let everyone down. Mu Tongxue insisted that she had nothing to do with the matter. Some reporters started whispering to each other. Who is she trying to fool? The handwriting is so similar. It's obvious that she has been imitating Mu Qiqi for a long time. How could she say that she didn't know? Who would believe that? You don't understand. If she said that she didn't know, she would be the victim. She would not be put in a difficult position by the law and the Ministry of Education. But if she took the initiative, what do you think will be waiting for her? If I were her, I would also say that I didn't know. Chapter 89. If you can't accept it, Mu Qiqi, as the person involved, is even more unwilling. The public is protesting too. They want the education department to punish Mu Tongxue. Now we're waiting for Mama Mu's confession. Mu Tongxue has come out to clarify everything. I think she'll be fine. She'll be fine? Mu Tongxue thought that attending the press conference was an explanation to the public, and she was eager to clear her name. Little did she know, however, that her actions had aroused the ire of the police and the Ministry of Education. She had no intention of repentance at all. From the beginning to the end, she had treated others as fools and treated the law and education as a game. So, after receiving Mama Mu's confession, the education department had already decided on how to deal with Mu Tongxue. But after seeing the press conference, they immediately redefined her. So the Mu family's press conference was held at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It ended at 2:40. Then the education department made an announcement at 3:40. After investigation, Mu Tongxue, a third-year student from Eton High School, and her mother, Su XX, disregarded the rules of the exam. They disrupted the order of the exam, bribed the invigilators, and swapped the exam papers of others. They violated the school rules and laws. So the education department has decided that Mu Tongxue's results will be revoked. She will not be able to take the exam again for 5 years. She will be criticized by the whole nation. We hope that all the students will take this as a warning and be responsible for their future. The education department made the announcement. It caused an uproar. Just an hour ago, Mu Tongxue said that she did not cheat and that she was innocent. But the education department's decision was a huge slap to Mu Tongxue's face. 3 years was already a heavy punishment. Now it was 5 years. Mu Tongxue would not be able to take the exam again. In other words, she would have to wait for 5 years before she could get her diploma again. Moreover, it was announced to the whole nation. Mu Tongxue fell to the ground when she heard the news. What? How could it be? Not only that, Mu Group's promise was like a joke. Everyone in the circle laughed at her. Didn't she say that she did not cheat? The education department's announcement made Mu Group's situation worse. Papa Mu's face turned pale. He wanted to go to the police station to see Mama Mu. But the police stopped him. Mr. Mu, I'm sorry. Madam Su has rejected your visit. He doesn't want to see you. This is impossible. At that moment, Mama Mu's new lawyer came out of the police station. He saw Papa Mu and walked towards him. Hello, Mr. Mu. I'm Madam Su's lawyer. My surname is Lu. Who do you think you are? The lawyer smiled. Then he told Papa Mu, my client will file a divorce suit against you after this matter is settled. I hope you are mentally prepared, Mr. Mu. Then Lawyer Lu left the police station. Papa Mu was furious. After all, Mama Mu was clearly going back on her word. This time she was defending Mu Qiqi. Papa Mu was furious, and the first thing he did when he got home was give Mu Tongxue a slap. You useless piece of trash. How could you be my daughter? Idiot. Mu Tongxue was already feeling hopeless. She no longer had a future, and now she had to endure Papa Mu's abuse. Dad, I'm still useful to you. You can't hit me like this. You used to be very happy when I hit Mu Qiqi like this. Now it's your turn. Can't take it anymore? Dad, believe me. You'll need me one day. Don't hit me anymore. Papa Mu took a deep breath and held it in. Go to your room. Don't let me see you. Mu Tongxue dashed to her room as if she was running for her life. Her life as a princess had finally come to an end. On the other hand, the education department had punished Mu Tongxue. But they had yet to punish Mu Qiqi. They had a lot of discussions about that and had done a lot of research on Mu Qiqi's results. However, in order to maintain fairness, Mu Qiqi's original score of 724 could not be counted as her result. After all, there was no guarantee that there was no tampering. Hence, the education department held a few meetings and finally came up with the following document. After investigation, Mu Qiqi, a third-year student from Eton, has been found to have cheated in her college entrance examination. Hence, her results have been changed. The education department has decided to conduct a separate examination on her to prove the authenticity of her results. We hope that Mu Qiqi can pull herself together as soon as possible and take part in the examination to welcome a brand new life. When Su Zipei received the call, she was so happy that she cried. It was because none of them had expected this result. She could take the examination again. That was equivalent to returning the 724 points to Mu Qiqi. However, to Mu Qiqi, a separate examination had lost its meaning. It was a unified examination. This kind of consoling examination would not be recognized by others, because the consoling nature of the examination was indeed unfair to the other examinees. Qiqi, you can enter the best department in Xingting University. Su Zipei was very happy. Mu Qiqi thought about it for the whole night. When Xingting University knew about Mu Qiqi's story, they had made a special exception for her. As long as her score was higher than Xingting University's admission requirements, she could choose to enter any department she wanted. However, Mu Qiqi contacted Lu Wenhua privately. Principal Lu, I was against going to the forensic science department at first. But now I have a choice. I am worried. So what do you think? Nothing. Rest early, Uncle Lu. Mu Qiqi did not say anything. She hung up the phone. A few days later, she took the examination arranged by the education department. However, it was not a good feeling to sit alone in the examination room. These few days, Xianxia would go to the education department to pick Mu Qiqi up after work. Xiao, what would you think if I still couldn't become your junior this time? What else can I think? My woman will always be my woman no matter what she does, Xianxia replied casually. He had set a goal for Mu Qiqi because he wanted her to have the motivation to move forward. But if that goal would make Mu Qiqi unhappy, then there was no need for him to persist. Don't you think we are very far apart? Chapter 90. Mu Qiqi knew that Xianxia was telling the truth. He had the right to be proud of himself. Mu Qiqi did not want to think about the turmoil in the Xing family now. She just wanted to make the choice before her. She did not want to leave any regrets. Xiao, I've thought about it for a long time. Although the education department is returning my results to me by doing this, it's still a little unfair for me to take the exam alone. Even if they don't say anything now, it doesn't mean that they will accept it. My family framed me and it has nothing to do with them. Even if I take the exam again and get full marks, they won't accept my results. So I have tried my best for the exam. But I have decided to listen to Uncle Lu's suggestion and go to forensic science. Why? Tell me about it. Xianxia pressed with interest. I was very passive before, so I was afraid. But now that I have calmed down, I suddenly realized that it is more meaningful for me to go to forensic science. First, it can shut people's mouths. In the past, I could only choose forensic science. But now I can enter all the departments. I don't feel wronged. Secondly, Grandma's death caused me a lot of pain. Although Mu Tongxue and I were the only ones in the room at that time, I always thought that I could prove my innocence without Mu Tongshue's help one day. That's why I'm leaning towards forensic science. It's also because I want to solve my own mysteries and solve the mysteries of others. Xianxia chuckled at Mu Qiqi's words. Since you have thought it through, why not do it? Mu Qiqi smiled as well. She was completely reassured with Xianxia's support. You have grown up. Your thinking is much more mature. Sometimes I only want to rely on you. However, we are together. We are going to face many difficulties. I can't be helpless. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to be a burden to you. Xiao, no matter how strong you are, I can't just wait and enjoy your protection. You don't have to say it. I understand. Xianxia stopped Mu Qiqi from continuing, because he knew what Mu Qiqi wanted to express and what her stance was. Mu Qiqi, who needed his hand to teach her a year ago, could think independently now. She had her own ideas. Don't grow too fast in front of me. I won't have much fun if you do. Soon the two of them returned to the villa. Su Zipei quickly went up to them when she saw them enter the gates. Young Master Xing, you've come just in time. The Mu family has sent someone to fetch Mu Qiqi. It seems that they want to negotiate with Mu Qiqi. Mu Group's stock price will not improve as long as the exam papers are not settled. Of course, the Mu family is anxious. They want Mu Qi to make a statement. Xianxia sat on the sofa after he finished speaking. There's nothing wrong with that. You can use this opportunity to think about what benefits you can get from Mu Group. Qiqi is an innocent child. How could she be so thoughtful? Not necessarily. Xianxia smiled meaningfully at her. Over the years, Mu Qiqi remembered every detail of what the Mu family had done to her. Since they would no longer be family in the future, why couldn't she ask for something from them? Qiqi, Aunt, do you remember Mu Tongshua's celebration a few days ago? Grandpa gave Mu Tongxue 5% of Mu Group's shares. So, Su Zipei asked Mu Qiqi. I just want what belongs to me, Mu Qiqi answered Su Zipei. Actually, Mu Qiqi had this idea because she was with Xianxia now. She might not have any conflict with the Xing family in the future. But if her aunt stayed with her, the Xing family would definitely make things difficult for her aunt. So, it was better to fight for something for her aunt. No matter if she wanted to be with Lu Wenhua or something else, at least, she did not have nothing. Xianxia was enough for her. But she could not live without her aunt. Since you think so, I'll reply to your grandpa and arrange a time to meet him. Thank you, Aunt, Mu Qiqi said to Su Zipei. Su Zipei glanced at Mu Qiqi. Suddenly she felt that the child's way of thinking had changed. Of course she knew what had caused Mu Qiqi's change. It was the exchange of exam papers. Mu Qiqi seemed to have grown up overnight. Her way of thinking had matured a lot. She also gained some ambition. He had never thought about it before, but now that he had found the right opportunity, he had to seize it. Gradually he became like Xianxia in his bones. Fierceness. At night, Mu Qiqi told Su Zipei about her thoughts. She still chose to enter the forensic science faculty. She also told her that she would live in the dormitory when she went to university. Are you telling me this because you are afraid that I will be bored at home? I have something to do too. Su Zipei said. Don't worry. I have my own plans for you to go to university. Are you really not going to consider Uncle Lu? Who told you about him? Su Zipei's expression became unnatural. But just as Mu Qiqi expected, Su Zipei did not reject Lu Wenhua as much as before. But Mu Qiqi smiled and did not expose her. At 11 o'clock at night, Mu Qiqi went out without telling Su Zipei. When she followed Xianxia to the new house, she saw a new dress hanging in the bedroom. It was white and it matched her skin very well. It's a brand under Huang Yao. They released the latest style this year. I think it's not bad, so I brought it for you. Mu Qiqi hugged Xianxia. She was very happy. I was just thinking about what to wear when I go to the Mu family tomorrow. You prepared it for me. Xiao, you must be a parasite in my stomach. If it's less than 10% of the shares, we can forget about the conditions. Also, since you are going to the Mu family, you must greet Mu Tongxue. Bring 4 lawyers with you. So many lawyers? Mu Qiqi asked with a smile. Don't you know who you are dealing with? Xianxia asked her. But at that moment, Mu Qiqi suddenly hooked her arms around Xianxiao's neck. She kissed him so that he could not speak. Xianxia reacted and hooked his arms around Mu Qiqi's waist. He pressed her against him. What are you playing at now? I am going to be a university student soon. I'm not young anymore, am I? Do you know what to do? Xianxia rubbed her waist and asked her seductively. Do you know? Chapter 91. Do you think I'm not qualified? Mu Qiqi stopped Xianxia and asked. You are the only qualified person in the whole world. What else do you want? Xianxia pushed her onto the big bed. Sleep. I really have something to do. Mu Qiqi was relieved. She nodded and went into the bathroom to wash up. When she was done and returned to the bedroom, Xianxia was no longer there. If he had something to do, why did he keep her in the new house instead of sending her back? It was because Xianxia believed that she was the mistress of the house. If the mistress did not stay in the house, where should she stay? As for what Xianxia said, it was because Jing Yun had called him because of Mama Sheng's sudden attack. So he had to go to another place first. Mama Sheng looked around the house that she had prepared for Xianxia. She saw traces of Xingzhao's life everywhere and asked Jing Yun, Does young master bring women back usually? Occasionally. Jing Yun answered. Mama Xing was satisfied with the answer. Otherwise, what was Xing Zhao's intention to move out? What kind of people? Young ladies or those? I've only met them once. Moreover, young master did not allow me to investigate their identities. Jing Yun answered honestly. Madam, you know young master's temper. I can't interfere with his private affairs. All right. Everyone knows what he is like. It's fine as long as he has women. He promised me to get married in 2 years. I want to see what kind of surprise he will bring back then. As they talked, Xianxia drove to the villa. He was surprised to see Mama Xing at home. Why are you here, Mom? Of course I'm here to see how exciting Xing Zhao's life is. Mama Xing snorted. You can't stay at home anymore after moving out. I can't see you, so of course I have to come here myself. You see me now? Xianxia asked with a chuckle. I'm relieved to have Jing Yun by your side. Remember what you promised me. With that, Mama Xing had an idea of Xing Zhao's private life. She was about to leave. Come and see your mother when you have time. I know. Then Mama Xing drove away. Xianxia looked at Jing Yun and asked, What did you ask? Were there any women coming in and out? What kind of women were they? Jing Yun replied. Xianxia snorted coldly. The entire Xing family was probably watching his private life. Young master, you can't keep hiding like this. Sooner or later you'll have to face it. That's my business. So, she's the only one? Jing Yun asked tentatively. Jing Yun, one day when you fall in love with someone you will understand how I feel. Xianxia did not explain much and drove back to Mu Qiqi's side half an hour after Mama Xing returned home. When he turned on the lights and saw Mu Qiqi sleeping soundly on the big bed, he felt very calm. In her dreams, Mu Qiqi felt someone carrying her. Her body was light as a feather, but she could not open her eyes. The next morning, the Mu family drove to the little mansion to pick Mu Qiqi up. Mu Qiqi was wearing her cream-colored chiffon dress. She was accompanied by 4 lawyers. They arrived at the Mu family's house. Papa Mu and Grandpa Mu did not expect Mu Qiqi to bring so many lawyers with her. Naturally, they were not happy about it. Qiqi, can't you just treat it as a casual chat between family members? Do you still have the mood to chat with Mu group in such a situation, Mr. Mu? Mu Qiqi asked Papa Mu in return. I believe I've seen through both of you after all these years in the Mu family. That's why I'll skip the pompous talk and get straight to the point. Are you going to hide anything from me? Papa Mu and Grandpa Mu did not expect Mu Qiqi to be so sharp-tongued. They really had to look at her in a different light. What do you want in order to let Mu group go? It's your mother and Shui, who are in charge of the exchange of exam papers. It has nothing to do with Mu group. On the day of the celebration party, I saw that Mu Tongxue had brought you a lot of glory. Why are you trying to distance yourself from her now? Tell me what you want, Papa Mu said directly. 10% of Mu Group's shares. As long as you agree, I will let Mu Group go and put in a good word for Mu Group. Are you dreaming? Grandpa Mu shouted angrily. Do you know how much 10% is? Grandpa gave Mu Tongxue 5% of the shares on the day of the celebration party. Why is it a dream for me? Mu Qiqi asked Grandpa Mu. Are you still going to be biased at such a time? I don't care if you believe me or not. I didn't give Grandma too much medicine. Mu Tongxue is so good at acting. Don't you know what's going on? Mu Qiqi said stubbornly. Of course, I will find the evidence whether you believe me or not. Qiqi, I can give you the shares of Mu Group. But isn't it too much to ask for 10%? Papa Mu tried to negotiate with Mu Qiqi. I only have 12% of the shares. Do you want 10%? Don't you think that's too much? I'm just giving you a suggestion. Of course, you can choose not to come to me. Qiqi, who taught you to be so greedy? Grandpa Mu was very interested in the person behind Mu Qiqi. Is that French tycoon teaching others to fight for their property? I'm sorry, but that French tycoon is your enemy. Xianxia. You just need to answer me whether you agree or not. Or do you want to continue to see if you can endure it? Papa Mu was very angry. But Mu Qiqi brought 4 lawyers with her. He did not dare to do anything. Give us 2 days to think about it, Papa Mu said to Mu Qiqi. I will give you an answer after 2 days. And I have another condition. Mu Qiqi's eyes were sneaking a peek at Mu Tongshue's room as she spoke. I want to meet my twin sister. In her room, Papa Mu answered impatiently. But Grandpa Mu still believed what he saw and heard with his own ears. He had already sentenced Mu Qiqi to death in his heart. It was the stubbornness of an old man. The negotiations were soon over, and Mu Qiqi led her lawyer to the door of the room she had not seen for a long time. It was Mu Tongshue's room right across from it. Papa Mu was anxious and angry when he saw Mu Qiqi walking out of the study. Dad, what should we do now? 10%. She wants to take 10%. Why would an 18-year-old girl want the shares? Could it be that the person behind her or Su Zipei is plotting against Mu Group? I would rather die than agree to it. Then just wait and see. The shares of Mu Group will fall even more when her results are out. Grandpa Mu snorted. Also, my daughter-in-law will sue you for divorce when she comes out. That was one disaster after another for Papa Mu. At that moment, Mu Qiqi had reached Mu Tongshue's room. Didn't Mu Tongxue like to fight? Chapter 92. There was only a wall separating them, but the difference in treatment between the two sisters was like the difference between clouds and mud. In the past, Mu Qiqi would not simply enter Mu Tongshue's room. First, she was worried that she would be the scapegoat for her, and second, she was afraid that she would be framed. However, Mu Tongshue's room had a lot of good stuff. She would be lying if she said she was not envious. However, today the two of them had finally experienced an earth-shattering change. It was almost impossible for Mu Tongxue to make a name for herself in Jianchuan now, wasn't it? With that thought, Mu Qiqi pushed open the door of Mu Tongshue's room and saw the girl sitting by the bed. Her hair was disheveled, her face pale, and her eyes empty. So, this was the terrifying face of a defeated person. Mu Tongxue heard the door open and saw Mu Qiqi standing in front of it. The two sisters looked very similar, but looking at them now, they didn't seem to have anything in common. Sister, are you here to kick me when I'm down? Mu Qiqi walked into the room when she heard Mu Tongshue's question. Then she glanced at her room and asked calmly, do you know how envious I was of having so many good things in your room that I don't have? Sister, you have been my scapegoat since you were young. That's why you couldn't get any love from your family. I thought that this situation would last for the rest of my life, and that I would be protected by you for the rest of my life. But where did I go wrong? You framed me before, including what happened to Grandma and even when I was chased out of the Mu family, but I didn't hate you that much until you exchanged my exam papers. Mu Qiqi said to Mu Tongxue. Do you know? When you took my score and flaunted it everywhere, I really wanted to strangle you to death. But now you've won. I have nothing and I'm locked in my room by Dad. What else do you want from me? Are you satisfied with me? Mu Qiqi lowered her head to look at Mu Tongxue and asked seriously. Oh. So you're just lucky now. We're just having a temporary truce. Do you think I'll let you go so easily? That's impossible. Elder sister, we've already fought to this extent. What other leeway is there? Your mommy chose me, your father hates you to the core, your grandpa doesn't care about you, and you're still carrying the punishment from the education department. What else do you have to fight with me? Mu Tongxue laughed at Mu Qiqi's words, even tearing up. Sister, I'm really not used to such scheming words coming from your mouth. The man behind you must have given you a lot of ideas, right? Although I can't find anything now, there will be a day when you give yourself away. When that time comes, you and that man of yours will definitely be turned into ashes by me. You'll never have that chance. Don't forget, you're in the light now and I'm in the dark. It's too easy to touch you. The conversation between the two sisters did not sound like something a pair of 18-year-old twins would say. It sounded more like a game between adults. Of course, Mu Qiqi had long since stopped treating herself and Mu Tongxue as little girls. Ever since the day she found out that her test papers had been switched. Is that so? Let's wait and see. Then Mu Qiqi left Mu Tongshue's room. She was sure that Mu Tongxue still had the courage to fight even if she had nothing now. Perhaps Mu Tongshue's nature meant that they could only be enemies. They could never be sisters. Therefore, before she left the Mu family, Mu Qiqi told Papa Mu, you should keep a close eye on Mu Tongxue, Mr. Mu. Otherwise she wouldn't be content. Then Mu Qiqi and the lawyer returned to the small mansion. Papa Mu was furious. Now the whole family was counting on Mu Qiqi to put in a good word for the Mu family. But Mu Tongxue was still stirring up trouble. When Mu Qiqi left, Papa Mu quickly went to Mu Tongshue's room, grabbed her hair and gave her a tight slap. Do you believe that I'll strangle you to death? Mu Tongxue had been tormented by Papa Mu for the past few days. She shuddered when she saw his ferocious face. When they returned to the small mansion, Mu Qiqi told Su Zipei about her negotiations with the Mu family. Su Zipei could not help shaking her head and sighing after listening to Mu Qiqi's description. There's really nothing good in the Mu family. How's Mu Tongxue doing now? She still wouldn't admit defeat. That's why I deliberately reminded the Mu family to be careful of Mu Tongxue when we left. That's why she couldn't avoid a beating. Mu Qiqi answered Su Zipei. Aunt Zipei, even so, I still haven't vented my anger enough. Su Zipei stroked Mu Qiqi's hair and comforted her. You have everything now. You don't have to be afraid of that. Moreover, we still have a long way to go. The Mu family was still struggling on the brink of death. They would definitely be dealt a second blow once her results were out. It all depended on whether the Mu family was willing to part with the 10% of the shares. Qiqi, I see that you've become a lot more depressed recently. You're not as happy as before. The Mu family is suffering now. You could go to Xianxia or some other friends to relax. I'm fine, Aunt Zipei. Mu Qiqi smiled. I have a bright future now. Don't worry, I won't sulk over the scum of the Mu family. It's all over now. That's good. Leave your mother's matter to me. Don't worry. Mu Qiqi hugged Su Zipei and acted coquettishly in her arms just like before. Aunt Zipei, thank goodness you're here. It's young Master Xing who helped you. You should thank him. With that, Su Zipei returned the recording pen to Mu Qiqi. Young Master Xing gave it to you. Keep it for self-defense. It was the first gift Xianxia gave her, which was why she cherished it. Although she had not used the pen yet, Mu Qiqi still took it back because it meant a lot to her. All right. You must be tired. Go and rest. Su Zipei could not help coughing when she said that. Mu Qiqi noticed it immediately. Aunt Zipei, do you have a cold? It's just a cough. I'll be fine after taking some medicine. Chapter 93. Lu Wenhua was supposed to come over in the afternoon. But Su Zipei was afraid that he would know that she was sick, so she told him that she was going out. Late at night, when Lu Wenhua was calling Su Zipei, he heard her coughing. So he was worried and rushed to the villa. Su Zipei was shocked when she saw that. Luckily, Qiqi is asleep. Otherwise, if you stay in the mansion so late at night, people will gossip about you. Su Zipei was shocked. You have a fever. I will take care of you and then I will leave. Lu Wenhua smiled. Su Zipei could not stop him. She could only let him do whatever he wanted. But Su Zipei's fever only subsided at around 11 o'clock. Lu Wenhua packed his things and was about to leave. But he heard Mu Qiqi coming down the stairs quietly. Then Mu Qiqi went out. Lu Wenhua followed behind her. He saw her getting into Xing Zhao's car with his own eyes. Lu Wenhua was shocked when he saw that. Because of Mu Qiqi's diary, the whole school knew about it. But it was just a little girl's thought. He did not care about it. But if she went out with Xianxia, it would be different. Or perhaps, the two of them had matters to attend to and he was overthinking things. But no matter what, he would not be able to rest in peace if he did not get the answer. After all, he had treated Mu Qiqi and Su Zipei as his family. When they arrived at the new house, Mu Qiqi told Xianxia everything that happened in the Mu family, including the condition she proposed to the Mu family. Xianxia saw that Mu Qiqi was fearless even when facing the Xing family. He could not help but lift Mu Qiqi's chin. He looked into her eyes and said, I believe that you have grown up this time. After all, you are much bolder than before. Do you think the Mu family will agree to it? Mu Qiqi is in trouble now. The other brothers of the Mu family will not just sit and watch. After Mama Mu is released from the police station, she will ask for a divorce. He will agree to it in order to calm Mu Group down as soon as possible. I am relieved. I just want to get some benefits for Aunt Zipei. Why don't you get some benefits for yourself? Have you? I have everything. I don't need anything else. Mu Qiqi looked at him seriously. Am I right? Xianxia chuckled and tapped her head. Aren't you going to take a shower? I'm over there. I've showered. Mu Qiqi rubbed her head and said, I'll go get the water for you. When Xianxia saw Mu Qiqi turn around, he thought about how they had never gone to the last step even though there had been many things that had happened before. Both of them did not have such thoughts. But now that things had finally stabilized and they had entered the stage of cohabitation, he did not have to worry so much anymore. That was why he was wrapped in a towel when he came out of the bathroom. His bronze-colored skin was still dripping with water droplets. His body was muscular and sexy, especially his slender thighs. To Wuxia, not a single part of his body was not seductive. So she quickly closed her eyes. "Why didn't you put on your clothes today?" Xianxia walked up to Wuxia and pushed her down on the bed. He pressed himself against her and asked in an extremely sexy voice, "What do you think?" "Of course I'm going to do you." Wuxia suddenly tensed up. "But you're so sudden." "I'm not prepared for anything." As Wuxia spoke, Xianxia had already pulled open the drawer of the bedside table, where there were all sorts of condoms. "Did you think Jingyun wouldn't prepare something like this for me?" Wuxia's eyes widened. Wuxia wanted to say something, but Xianxia had already lifted her pajamas. "Little bastard, I want you." With that, Xianxia unbuttoned Wuxia's pajamas and leaned over to kiss her. This kiss was different from before. Wuxia was both looking forward to it and afraid. She had thought about it many times. But she never thought that it would happen tonight. Wuxia hooked her arms around Xianxia's neck. Her body could not help but cooperate. It was their first time and they did not have much experience. They were just relying on instinct. Wuxia was lost in Xianxia's perfect body. Every muscle on his body was smooth and strong to the touch. But Xianxiao's experience was not so good. "Do you really think everything is small when I call you little thing? Only your waist is passable on your whole body." Wuxia was very shy. She could not help but look for something to hide from Xianxiao's gaze. But Xianxia simply threw the thin blanket away. "I'll naturally get someone to help you with your body now." Xiao. The man's kiss, the man's sweat, the unbearably intimate atmosphere and the already messy bed were all stimulating Wuxia's nerves. She did not even know when Xianxia opened the drawer, or when he was ready to take her. Wuxia looked at Xianxia. There was no sign of retreat in her eyes either. He was very determined. He wanted all of this man. A complete everything. Then Wuxia felt pain. It was the pain of being stretched and torn apart. He could not help resisting. "Xiao, it hurts. Really hurts." Xianxia reached out to hold Wuxia but did not continue. He saw that Wuxia's face was pale from the pain and he did not dare to move. After all, it was like taking Wuxia's life when he penetrated just a little. If he really disregarded everything and forced himself, Wuxia would not be able to get out of bed for a long time. He still had to feel sorry for his little thing. So he carried Wuxia into the bathroom and put her in the warm bathtub. Wuxia sobered up a little from the pain. She buried her head in Xianxiao's chest and paused for a moment. Then she said hoarsely, "Xiao, why don't we?" "No." Xianxia answered directly. "We'll talk about it when you're better." "But that pain is unavoidable." "Close your eyes," Xianxia ordered domineeringly. Wuxia did not dare to move and could only close her eyes. Even so, she could feel Xianxiao's hands cleaning her body. Then the two lay on the messy bed. The ambiguous atmosphere had yet to disperse, and Wuxia leaned into Xianxiao's arms. She could not help asking, "Xiao, do we sleep?" Xianxia said quietly. "Are you disappointed?" At that, Xianxia reached over with one long leg and pressed it over Wuxia. "You're still not mature enough. It's normal that you can't tolerate me." Chapter 94. Wuxia was at ease in his arms. She closed her eyes and said, "Do I need to choose anyone else when I have you? Does it still hurt there?" Xianxia asked from above her head. "It hurts when I move," Wuxia answered honestly. Xianxia got up from the bed and put on his clothes. Wuxia was puzzled. She wanted to ask him, but he had already picked up the car key from the bedside table. "I'm going out for a while. You sleep first." Xiao. Wuxia wanted to get up, but Xianxia had already disappeared from the room. Wuxia did not know where he went. She started to think about it. But in less than half an hour, Xianxia came back with the medicine in his hand. Xiao. Xianxia went to the bathroom to wash his hands. Then he went back to the bed and lifted Wuxia's blanket. Mu Qiqi was stunned. She wanted to get up but Xianxia stopped her. This medicine can relieve the pain a little. I'll do it myself, can you see? Xianxia snorted. Mu Qiqi blushed. She had never thought that Xianxia would do such a thing for her even though they were already so close. But with Xianxiao's status he could do whatever he wanted without caring about her feelings. But he was so considerate. Mu Qiqi just lay there. After a while she felt the body next to her sinking. She jumped into Xianxiao's arms. She was very satisfied. Xiaoxiao, you are the best to me. You are useless. Xianxiao hugged Mu Qiqi. Although his words were harsh, his body was honest. He comforted Mu Qiqi and coaxed her to sleep. Their first time did not go well. Of course it was not terrible either. What they did not know was that Lu Wenhua saw them going out in the middle of the night. He was already suspicious. But when he saw Mu Qiqi the next day, Lu Wenhua did not expose Mu Qiqi. Because he still needed to know if they were in a relationship or if they really went out in the middle of the night because of something. Thanks to you I feel much better. Su Zipei thanked Lu Wenhua. She looked at Lu Wenhua with a much gentler gaze. When she married that bastard she had never been taken care of like this. So she would not be lying if she said that she was not moved. I'm glad you're fine. Lu Wenhua answered Su Zipei. Then he asked, is Qiqi close to young Master Xing? Young Master Xing is our greatest benefactor. Qiqi relies on him the most, and he takes good care of us. Su Zipei smiled. Young Master Xing is not like what the rumors say. He is just unforgiving. That's right. Is Mu Qiqi close to young Master Xing in private? I didn't. Su Zipei shook her head. Young Master Xing is very busy with work. He doesn't come to the villa often. What's wrong? Why did you suddenly ask? It's nothing. I just feel that young Master Xing really cares about Mu Qiqi. Lu Wenhua had only seen it once. Of course he couldn't just tell Su Zipei like that. He had to confirm it. It would be best if things did not turn out the way he expected. But if there were feelings between the two that they shouldn't have, things would get complicated. Leaving aside the consequences of Su Zipei learning about it, Xingzhao's reason for helping Mu Qiqi was not as simple as it seemed. Hence, Lu Wenhua decided to observe a few more times. Meanwhile, the members of the Mu family were still in a terrible predicament, because Mu Qiqi's conditions had indeed exceeded their bottom line. Papa Mu hoped that he could get Mu Qiqi's help without paying any price. But deep down in his heart he knew that it was impossible. Mu Group was in trouble now. His brothers were pressuring him. Ever since Papa Mu took over Mu Group he had never been so troubled. Mu Tongxue had been beaten up for a few days. She knew that if she didn't fight back she might not be able to win back Papa Mu's heart. So late at night she kept thinking of a way to regain her father's favor. After all, she had nowhere else to go other than Mu Group. After she thought of a way she walked out of her room. She tiptoed to Papa Mu's study room. Papa Mu said in an unfriendly tone when he saw her at the door, "Why are you here?" "Dad, I'm here to help you," Mu Tongxue said to Papa Mu. "As long as you still think that I'm your daughter, I'm willing to give you the 5% of Mu Group's shares that Grandpa gave me. It's to appease your anger." "Do you think that you can still keep your shares?" "Dad, apart from this, there's also the matter of Mommy wanting to divorce you. I can help you deal with the aftermath. I promise she won't take a single cent from you." Papa Mu looked at Mu Tongxue. He thought that it was a joke for an 18-year-old girl to say something like that. But, after laughing, Papa Mu became serious again. Because he knew that he had a wrong impression of his two daughters in the past. Mu Tongshue's strength was not shown at all. Thinking about that, Papa Mu nodded and waved at Mu Tongxue. "Shue, come here." Mu Tongxue walked to Papa Mu. Papa Mu stood up and patted her shoulder. "As long as you can help me solve these two problems, I won't be angry with you anymore. Everything will go back to how it was before. You'll still be the most beloved daughter of the Mu family. Dad, don't worry." With the 5% of Mu Tongshue's shares and the other half that Grandpa Mu was willing to give up, it was not a problem to solve Mu Qiqi's problem as long as it did not harm his interests. "But I won't be able to go to school anymore." "You can't go to school. But the Ministry of Education did not say that you can't invite a teacher to our house. It's just that you can't take the exam for 5 years. You can learn first. After 5 years you'll get a diploma." It was so easy to reach a consensus. Mu Tongxue thought about the humiliation and hatred that Mu Qiqi brought to her. It was fine. She would let Mu Qiqi have the upper hand now. When the time was right, she would get it back. Are you really confident about your mother's matter? Dad, trust me, Mu Tongxue said to Papa Mu. Mu Tongxue replied to Papa Mu. I'll learn my lesson this time. I won't do such a shameful thing again. It's good that you know. So the Mu family decided on the shares. They contacted Su Zipei as soon as possible. Su Zipei called Lu Wenhua out of reflex. Chapter 95. Mu Qiqi was already an adult. Logically speaking, it was not a bad thing to be in a relationship. But it was complicated between Mu Qiqi and Xianxia. First of all, the two families were enemies. Secondly, they were the benefactors of each other now. He did not want to think about how much trouble the Xing family would put in when they were together. Mu Qiqi was still young. Lu Wenhua did not want her to get involved in a relationship at such a young age. Especially when it was with Xianxia. After all, Xianxia was the crown prince of Huangyao. He would inherit his father's position and become the CEO of the Diamond Empire. So Xianxia did not have the right to choose his partner. So he had to confirm their relationship. It would be best if he guessed wrong. But if he guessed right, he had to do something. Soon it was 11 o'clock at night. Mu Qiqi went out as promised. She got into Xingzhao's car and the two of them disappeared at the entrance of the small mansion. Lu Wenhua wanted to follow them, but he was afraid that Xianxia would notice him. So he stopped outside the small mansion. If he told Su Zipei about it now, Mu Qiqi would be caught red-handed. But he did not want to agitate Su Zipei. He wanted to think about how to deal with it. Not long after Xianxia left, Lu Wenhua also left. Xianxia had planted his men in the security area of the small mansion. So when he saw Lu Wenhua leaving with Xianxia, he immediately called Xianxia. Young Master Xing, Mr. Lu seems to be following you. Xianxia stopped the car by the roadside and turned off the engine. Not long after, Lu Wenhua's car passed by them. Mu Qiqi did not know what Xianxia meant. So she asked, "What's wrong?" "Principal Lu found you in my car." Xianxia replied with a gloomy look. Then he asked Mu Qiqi, "Do you want to admit it or clarify it?" Xianxia did not care about who knew about it. But he cared about Mu Qiqi's feelings. As long as Mu Qiqi said that she would clarify it, Lu Wenhua's misunderstanding would be cleared up soon. "Xiao, do you think Uncle Lu will tell Aunt Zipei?" "Lu Wenhua is very careful. If he is not sure, he will not tell your aunt," Xianxia replied. Then he started the engine again. "Then what will be the consequences if he finds out?" Mu Qiqi looked at him and asked seriously, "I'm going to university soon. I'm an adult too. My privacy and private life should be protected." Compared to her previous panic, Mu Qiqi was much calmer now. "I'm afraid Lu Wenhua won't think so." Xianxia smiled dangerously. "Who do you think I am? What kind of person was he?" "Forget it. You don't have to worry about it." "Why?" "He will definitely come to me first," Xianxia answered confidently and entered the new house with Mu Qiqi. Remembering that the Mu family had agreed to give her shares, she asked, "Can I transfer the shares to Aunt Zipei now? Are you sure you won't leave any for yourself?" Mu Qiqi shook her head. "I'm following you. Why do I need the Mujia's shares?" Because she didn't want to be entangled with the Mu family. Because if her relationship with Xianxia were to be exposed one day, at least she would be able to distance herself from the Mu family. Xianxia understood what she meant. He pinched her face. "I've told you before. You don't need to think about me. You can fight for what you want." "I want you." Mu Qiqi answered Xianxia straightforwardly. But it was a psychological need. But Xianxia misunderstood it. "Your body needs to rest a little more." Xianxia carried her into the bathroom. They came out after an hour. As for what happened in the bathroom, Mu Qiqi's red face could explain it. After a while, Mu Qiqi fell asleep in Xingzhao's arms. As for Xianxia, he thought that he would have to meet Lu Wenhua first tomorrow. The next morning, Xianxia went back to Huangyao first. Jing Yun received a call from Lu Wenhua. It was a formal call. It seemed that Lu Wenhua was serious about it. "Young master, you have half an hour during lunch break. You can meet Principal Lu. Arrange a place where people won't notice. Remind me when I meet him," Xianxia answered. Understood. Jing Yun made the arrangements. It was a cafe opposite Huangyao. During lunch break, Xianxia went to the cafe. When he saw Lu Wenhua, he did not wait for him to speak. Xianxia said, "Are you looking for me because of Qiqi? It seems that young Master Xing already knows about it. I've arranged someone to watch you in the villa." He saw your whereabouts, Xianxia answered straightforwardly. Lu Wenhua frowned when he saw that. He asked Xianxia, "You and Qiqi, I thought that you already understand." Young Master Xing, why? You know that nothing will happen between you and Qiqi. She is still a child. If you treat her like this, what will happen to her when you two separate in the future? Let's not talk about the feud between your two families. Even if there is no grudge between you two, how can anyone enter the Xing family just because they want to? Lu Wenhua questioned Xianxia directly. But Xianxia was very calm. There was even a smile at the corner of his mouth. Since you came to me, it means that your feelings for Aunt Zipei are real, Xianxia replied. Now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Qiqi? I, Xianxia, never hide my private affairs. You should know that, Principal Lu. But Qiqi did not want Aunt Zipei to be sad and worried. So we did not reveal our relationship to the public. How dare you reveal it to the public? The Xing family can eat Qiqi. How do you know that I can't protect Qiqi, Principal Lu? Xianxia looked at Lu Wenhua firmly and asked. She is mine. Since I approve of her, I will not let anyone hurt her. You say it so easily now. But in the future your parents will pressure you. Do you think that I am someone who relies on my parents? Even if you are very capable, what if your parents threaten you? What if your father threatens you with death? After listening to Lu Wenhua's words, Xianxia could not help but laugh. Principal Lu, you must have read too many romance novels. I believe that you have heard about me before. As long as I have set my eyes on someone or something, no one can touch it unless they step over my body. Moreover, what is done cannot be undone. Qiqi and I are indeed together. It is the truth whether you accept it or not, Principal Lu. When the time is right, I will tell Aunt Zipei. If you don't want her to get hurt, you better listen to me. Actually, Lu Wenhua knew that he could not change anything by coming to Xianxia today. But he did not expect that Xianxia would admit it so easily. I have something to do in the afternoon. Sorry, I cannot accompany you. Then Xianxia stood up and left Lu Wenhua. At this time, Jing Yun said something to Lu Wenhua. In the beginning, I was the same as you. I strongly opposed it. But in the end, I could not win against young master's persistence. I am not asking you to rest assured. I can only tell you that I cannot guarantee that Miss Mu will not get hurt. But I can guarantee that young master will bear all the pain that Miss Mu suffers. Chapter 96. Xianxia had said it just now. What was done could not be undone. Could it be that Lu Wenhua did not understand the meaning of these words? Moreover, they went out at night and came back the next morning. Even if Xianxia did not say it, Lu Wenhua would know that Mu Qiqi and Xianxia were inseparable now. He did not think that he could change anything. He just wanted to know what Xianxia was thinking and how he was going to help Mu Qiqi settle down in the future. Lu Wenhua felt terrible when he saw the current situation. He had to think from Su Zipei's point of view. Principal Lu, if there is nothing else, please leave. Lu Wenhua took a deep breath, stood up and left the cafe. Then he drove to the small mansion. But Mu Qiqi was not at home. Why are you here at this time? Have you had lunch? No. Lu Wenhua shook his head. Then I will cook for you. Just wait for a while. Lu Wenhua did not want to eat Su Zipei's food. He just wanted to give her a chance to talk. But he did not want to do it on purpose. So he sat down at the dining table and saw Su Zipei serving him a bowl of noodle soup. He could not help but remind her. It is not safe outside these days. You and Mu Qiqi should not go out at night. We usually sleep at around 10 o'clock. Why should we go out at night? Zipei. Su Zipei was anxious when she saw that he wanted to say something. What do you want to say? Nothing. You had a fever last time. When I left, I heard some rustling sounds. I don't know if it was a rat or a thief. You should be careful at night. Lu Wenhua said and focused on eating his noodles. Because he could not tell Su Zipei directly. But he could not say nothing either. He could only remind Su Zipei. He hoped that she would notice the relationship between Mu Qiqi and Xianxia. I know. Su Zipei did not care. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the education department announced Mu Qiqi's final exam result. She got a total of 731 points. It was higher than her previous score of 724 points. Of course, the education department monitored her entire exam. They did not give her any special privileges. The education department also posted her questions on the internet so that people could compare the answers. Although it was a series of actions to clear Mu Qiqi's name, Mu Qiqi had already applied to study forensic science. Just as Xianxia expected, after Mu Qiqi's results were exposed, the matter of exchanging test papers that had just died down was brought up again. Mu Group's shares had been affected several times and they had suffered huge losses. Papa Mu could not stand it any longer, and so arranged to meet with his lawyer and Mu Qiqi so that Mu Qiqi could speak up as soon as possible. 10% of Mu Group's shares was not a small amount. However, Papa Mu knew that the loss of Mu Group would be more severe if he delayed any longer. That was when Mu Tongxue suggested that she would go with her lawyer. As long as she apologized to Mu Qiqi would forgive the Mu family faster. Papa Mu thought about it and did not stop her. Since he had promised to restore Mu Tongxue's status as the daughter of the Mu family, he would give her that chance. That was why Mu Tongxue and the Mu family's lawyer went to the little mansion together. Su Zipei quickly asked the Mu family's lawyer when she saw Mu Tongxue. "Why is she here?" "Miss Mu, I'm here to apologize." "It's okay, Aunt Zipei," Mu Qiqi said to Su Zipei. "Now that my results are out and the share transfer agreement has been delivered, you don't have to be afraid of her." "Why should I be afraid of her? I'm just worried that you will feel uncomfortable." Su Zipei snorted. "I didn't expect that the Mu family would forgive her so soon. That's not surprising. After all, Mu Tongxue can't scold her for the rest of her life. She won't be satisfied with that." It was Mu Tongxue's first time entering the little mansion. What other reason could she have for coming to Mu Qiqi's new home? She just wanted to see if she could find any clues from the little mansion. She wanted to see if the man behind Mu Qiqi had left any traces in the little mansion. "Miss Mu, the share transfer agreement will be completed after you sign it here," the lawyer reminded Mu Qiqi. "Aunt Zipei, please sign it." Mu Qiqi pulled Su Zipei and said, "I'll give you the 10% shares." Su Zipei was stunned. "Aunt Zipei, this is my gift to you. Sign it now so that we don't have to trouble the lawyer to transfer the shares." Mu Qiqi said to Su Zipei, "You've helped me and taken care of me. You deserve it. But, Aunt Zipei, it's useless for me to hold the shares now." Mu Qiqi glanced at Mu Tongxue, who was sitting beside the lawyer when she said that. She realized that Mu Tongxue had put away her bad habit of acting after the blow. She was much quieter now. However, she did not think that Mu Tongxue's quietness was a sign of regret. She was thinking and plotting a scheme. Su Zipei thought about it again and again. Finally, she signed it. "I'm just keeping it for you temporarily." Mu Qiqi had no intention of taking it back since she had given it to Mu Tongxue. She just wanted the Mu family to pay the price and make them suffer. Then Mu Tongxue stood up and said to Mu Qiqi, "Sister, I'm sorry. It was my fault in the past. I hope you can forgive me. Whether I forgive you or not, we won't have anything to do with each other anymore. You can be your mistress and I'll study in my university. I'll learn my lesson in the future. You don't have to say why you're here. We both know that you're not the second young lady who likes to pretend to be pitiful, and I'm not the scapegoat who gets bullied. From now on, I just hope that you won't mess with me." Remember that. Mu Tongxue did not refute a single word, appearing very obedient. However, Mu Qiqi would not fall for that. "Since you've remembered it, you can leave now. Sister, before I leave, can I visit your room?" Mu Qiqi sneered and nodded. "Sure." Then the two sisters entered Mu Qiqi's room one after the other. Mu Tongxue looked around after she entered the room and said, "It's better for you to be here than at the Mu family. What clues did you find? Can you find my wild man now?" Mu Qiqi asked in return. "Be careful if you want to find him. I'll be in your care in the future, sister." The meaning behind Mu Tongxue's words was clear. She would not let Mu Qiqi off so easily and would definitely bite her to death. Even so, Mu Qiqi was not afraid. "Bring it on. I've chosen forensics anyway. If you feed someone the wrong medicine in the future, we'll have corpses to talk. Mu Tongxue looked up at Mu Qiqi. The girl's change was certainly surprising and surprising. Sister, that man has changed you too much. Chapter 97. Xianxia only gave Mu Qiqi the courage to fight back. But if Mu Tongxue did not hurt her again and again, Mu Qiqi thought that she would not have so many troubles at the age of 18. Soon Mu Tongxue left the small mansion with the Mu family's lawyer. Meanwhile, Su Zipei asked Mu Qiqi, "What did you two talk about? And I will not be wronged again. You can be sure about that. But you have given me all your shares. Giving them to you is more useful than giving them to me. Then you won't feel that you are trying to climb up the social ladder with Uncle Lu." Mu Qiqi smiled. Su Zipei took a deep breath and patted Mu Qiqi's head. "You have changed a lot in these few months. I can't keep up with you anymore. And I have just grown up. But I still need Uncle Lu's help to speak for Mu Group. I know what to do. Also, the lawyer said that she can be released on bail until the trial. And I will have to trouble you with her. I don't want to see her." Mu Qiqi knew who Su Zipei was talking about. The first thing Mama Mu would do after she was released from the detention center would be to divorce Papa Mu. So Mu Qiqi just wanted to watch the drama unfold. She could not see anything like family love from Mama Mu. Yeah, I know. Everything went smoothly. But Lu Wenhua did not expect that Mu Qiqi would give all the shares of Mu Group to Su Zipei without holding anything back. Aside from Xianxia, Mu Qiqi and Su Zipei were truly relying on each other. Even so, he was still worried that Su Zipei would be hurt if she found out about it. Su Zipei kept Lu Wenhua's words in mind. She thought that there was something going on in the middle of the night. So she listened carefully. Because of that, she saw Mu Qiqi going out at 11 o'clock at night. She saw Mu Qiqi going out. But she did not know where she was going or who she was meeting. Although Mu Qiqi had gone out before, it was to buy snacks. But this time, Su Zipei realized that Mu Qiqi did not come home until 1 in the morning. She could have found out where Mu Qiqi was with just a phone call, but she would be fooled if Mu Qiqi came up with some other excuse. That was why she simply said nothing. Mu Qiqi did not know that Su Zipei had found out about her going out after Lu Wenhua's reminder. After all, she would go to her new home at night even if it was stormy. Because that was the only time she could be with Xianxia. After hearing about what happened during the day, Xianxia put Mu Qiqi on the washstand and leaned between her legs. He looked at her and said, "Since it's over, do you want to go out and play for a few days?" "Can I?" Mu Qiqi asked, hooking her arms around his neck. "I'll arrange it." Then he buried his head in her neck and kissed her earlobe, the earlobe with his name tattooed on it. Mu Qiqi fell into Xianxiao's arms and let him do whatever he wanted. After a while, they were back on the big bed. Although they did not have their first night and Xianxia was waiting patiently, it was inevitable that the two of them would be intimate now that they had broken through that boundary. But they did not take the last step. Lying on the bed, Xianxia looked at Mu Qiqi and lifted her chin. "Little one, you haven't smiled for a long time. Why don't you smile?" "How can I smile now?" Mu Qiqi hooked her arms around Xianxiao's neck. What are you not satisfied with?" Xianxia asked. Mu Qiqi got up and kissed Xianxiao's Adam's apple. Then she lay down again. "I just want to be with you. But I am afraid that I will know more about the Xing family. That is not what you should think about now. When the time is right, I will arrange for you to meet the Xing family. But not now." Xianxia caressed Mu Qiqi's cheek with his finger and promised her. "I promise that I will let you subdue them one by one." "Isn't it too early to say that?" Mu Qiqi did not want to hold on to her expectations so soon. Xianxia lowered his head and kissed Mu Qiqi's thin lips. "I just don't want you to be afraid." Then the bedside lamp was switched off. In the dark, there was nothing but the sound of their kissing. Love and comfort were necessary. But in the end, Xianxia cared about Mu Qiqi's body. Even if the pain was coming sooner or later, he had to follow the doctor's advice and do it step by step. He would first adjust Mu Qiqi's state every time they were intimate. It was good for her. After midnight, Mu Qiqi slept in Xianxiao's arms. Even in the summer, Mu Qiqi did not want to let go of his hands. Xianxia was sweating all over, but he let her be. "Xiao, I am so hot. Turning on the air conditioner will lower your immune system. It is not good for your body. That being said, the great crown prince of Huang Yao did not mean what he said. He did it just so that Mu Qiqi could sleep comfortably. How could he not spoil his little one? I want to go out and play with you, Mu Qiqi said in her sleep. I think you are fantasizing about me. But was the matter with the Mu family really resolved? It seemed not. The next morning, Mama Mu was released from the detention center after being released on bail. Even if Su Zipei did not want to see her, she still waited for her at the door. After all, Mama Mu had nowhere else to go. I have arranged a place for you to stay. You can keep using the lawyer since you want to sue Mu Qiqi. Zipei, I still want to see Mu Qiqi. But Mu Qiqi does not want you to see her. Su Zipei answered straightforwardly. She is going to university soon. She does not want to have anything to do with the Mu family. But there is something I want to tell her. Mama Mu's expression was solemn. I am too selfish. You can tell me what you want to say. Mama Mu glanced at Su Zipei. She was about to speak but swallowed her words. Su Zipei glanced at Mama Su. She found her expression strange but she did not ask. It was just that once the secret was made public, many things would change. Especially Mu Qiqi's future. Still, Mu Tongxue had promised Papa Mu that she would settle Mama Mu's divorce once Mama Mu was released. There was no telling if she could wait until the secret was revealed. Chapter 98. After settling Mama Mu down, Su Zipei returned to the small mansion. She did not tell Mu Qiqi that she saw Mu Qiqi going out. She did everything as usual. She waited until Mu Qiqi left the house at 11 o'clock at night. She followed Mu Qiqi quietly. When she saw Mu Qiqi getting into Xing Zhao's car, she took a few steps back. Suddenly she understood why Lu Wenhua asked her to be careful. He must have seen Mu Qiqi and Xing Zhao leaving the house. Then she remembered what Mu Tongxue told her about Mu Qiqi's secret meeting with a man at night. It turned out that Mu Qiqi and Xing Zhao had been going on a secret date before that. But she did not know about it. Qiqi. Young Master Xing. Su Zipei covered her chest and went back to the mansion. She sat in the living room. Her mind was in a mess. She had never thought that Mu Qiqi would fall in love with her savior. Then Su Zipei called Lu Wenhua. She knew that Mu Qiqi would not come back that night. Lu Wenhua thought that something important had happened to Su Zipei when he received the call. But when he entered the small mansion and sat opposite Su Zipei, he saw that Su Zipei looked very serious. She seemed to be in a state of shock. Did Mu Qiqi go out? You saw it. That's why you told me, right? Su Zipei raised her head and asked Lu Wenhua. I don't want you to be kept in the dark, Lu Wenhua replied. These two kids. Su Zipei's hands were trembling. But she forced herself to calm down. You didn't tell anyone, right? Why would I tell anyone about this? Lu Wenhua replied. I'm just worried that you'll get hurt. I will handle this. It has nothing to do with you. Please don't make decisions on your own in the future, Su Zipei said to Lu Wenhua. Zipei, after such a long time, I thought that I had entered your heart. Don't you understand what I'm doing? Lu Wenhua was a little hurt by Su Zipei's tough words. I really don't understand you now. It doesn't matter what Qiqi has done. It doesn't matter if she is hiding it from me. As her aunt, I will stand by her side unconditionally. If you are not a like-minded person, then I will not continue to be with you. Su Zipei said to Lu Wenhua seriously, even if you are in my heart, I have to be sure that you will not hurt Qiqi. Zipei, Qiqi's like my own daughter. How could I hurt her? Su Zipei looked at him seriously. Both of them looked at each other for a long time. Finally, Su Zipei nodded. If that's the case, no matter what happens in the future, I hope that you'll stand on our side and protect us. As for the other matters, I will naturally deal with them. Lu Wenhua did not mind it at all. The Xing family is a dangerous place. If we don't stand by Qiqi's side, she will lose all her confidence. Do you know where they went? There's a villa area near Xingting University. The person I hired tonight has just reported to me. Young Master Xing should have bought some property there. I want to go in, can you think of a way? Su Zipei asked Lu Wenhua. Although Lu Wenhua was surprised why Su Zipei wanted to go in, he still nodded and agreed. But I will try my best. Actually, it was not difficult to understand. For Susie Pei, she had to protect Mu Qiqi in front of others. But it was an indisputable fact that Mu Qiqi and Xianxia had lied to her. She naturally had to settle this matter and vent her anger at Mu Qiqi. Otherwise, it would be extremely embarrassing if someone else used this matter or if the Xing family found out about it and she knew nothing about it. As for the other matters, she would only know after she met the two of them. Mu Qiqi and Xianxia lived together secretly in the small house. Of course, it was not the style of the crown prince of Huangyao. But because Mu Qiqi cared about it, he had to be careful. The next day at 5 o'clock, the two of them woke up together. But when they walked out of the villa, they saw Susie Pei standing in front of their villa. Mu Qiqi was stunned. She wanted to let go of Xing Zhao's right hand, but it was too late. She stopped moving. When Susie Pei saw the two of them walking out of the villa, she closed her eyes and cried. "How could you do this? How could you? Auntie Pei." Mu Qiqi was both afraid and apprehensive. Susie Pei walked to the two of them with tears streaming down her face. Xianxia said to Mu Qiqi, "Go and open the door." Susie Pei followed Mu Qiqi into the living room. Then she sat on the sofa and covered her face, crying. Mu Qiqi squatted in front of Susie Pei and held her hand with trembling hands. "Please hit me." As a result, Susie Pei really punched her. "How can you be so bold? You are living together with a man. And I like Xiaoxia. I don't want to let him go. So, I want to tell you, but I am afraid that you will object. I'm so afraid. You said that Xiaoxia is our savior. I'm so afraid. You said that I can't be a match for him." Seeing Mu Qiqi kneeling on the floor, Susie Pei could not bear it. "I am afraid because I feel sorry for you. Do you know what kind of family the Xing family is? And I am not afraid. Since you are not afraid of this, why are you afraid to tell me?" Susie Pei sighed deeply. "Do you know how sad I am? Aunt, I am sorry." Xianxia was standing behind them. But he knew that Susie Pei did not mean to make things difficult for Mu Qiqi. Moreover, Lu Wenhua stopped him from speaking for Mu Qiqi. So he just stood aside. He knew that Mu Qiqi cared a lot about this aunt of hers. She stood up from the sofa and walked around the villa. When she saw that the villa was filled with the smell of the two of them, she could not help but burst into tears. When she arrived at the kitchen, she saw that it was clean and tidy. She turned around and said, "Don't sneak around in the future. It's bad for your health to wake up at 5 in the morning. Also, both of you don't know how to cook. You should go home and eat." Mu Qiqi nodded and said, "Don't sneak around in the future. Aunt, Qiqi, you used to be timid and cowardly, and I was afraid that you would be taken advantage of. But after this period of time, I can see that you have changed. So, I will not interfere with your decisions. But no matter how difficult it is to say, you must tell me in the future. I don't know how the Xing family is and I don't want to know. But if young Master Xing cannot protect you, you still have me. I can help you and protect you. Just don't hide it from me like today. Can you do that?" Chapter 99. The two of them hugged each other and cried for a long time. It was only after much difficulty that they stopped, and Susie Pei led Mu Qiqi to Xianxia. "Young Master Xing, may I have a word with you alone?" Mu Qiqi asked. Xianxia pulled Mu Qiqi closer to him and wiped her tears. Then he brought Susie Pei into the study and closed the door. "Young Master Xing, are you just playing with Mu Qiqi or?" Xianxia crossed his arms and leaned against the desk. He answered Susie Pei, "I am serious. But you know the Xing family. If I am not confident, I will not expose her in front of everyone. Even if it is the Xing family, I can still help her." Xianxia answered Susie Pei. He was not as lazy, devilish or playful as he used to be. He was very serious. "But why Mu Qiqi?" "There is no why. It is her. There is no one else." Susie Pei wiped away her tears and nodded. "All right, since you have decided to be together, I will do my best to protect Qiqi. But young Master Xing, I have something to tell you. If Qiqi is hurt one day, I will fight you to the death." Susie Pei nodded and said, "That's right. You will not have that chance." After they finished talking, they walked out of the study one after another. Mu Qiqi went up to them. "Aunt Xiao, all right, you should rest. The sun is not up yet. Let's talk tomorrow." Susie Pei waved at them. Lu Wenhua went forward and held Susie Pei's shoulder. They did not stay in the villa for long. Muchichi watched them leave. But she could not do anything. She knew that her aunt still needed time to digest. Seeing her standing at the door in a daze, Xianxia reached out to Muchichi and pulled her into his arms. Why? Do you feel guilty now? Aunt does not blame me. She is a righteous person. But I... After Xianxia heard this, he carried her horizontally and placed her on the piano table behind him. Then he covered her with his tall body. You have a good aunt. I know. Soon Xianxiao's kiss landed and her clothes fell to the ground. If that's the case, I'll *CK you today. Here? What? You still want to pick? Before Muchichi could say anything else, her chin was lifted and Xianxiao's warm palm moved down her spine. Her body was so sensitive that she couldn't help leaning back. The pain from that night was incomparably clear, but she did not flinch. She clung to his shoulders with both hands. When Xianxia saw that, he picked her up by the waist and quickly returned to the bedroom. Then he took out a condom. Muchichi blushed and looked away. At the same time, she was very afraid because she knew how unforgettable the pain was. Seizing the opportunity, Xianxia lifted her chin and stared at her with his beautiful eyes. Can't concentrate? Xiao. Muchichi called out softly. Perhaps she herself did not know that her voice was trembling and begging for mercy. It was no different from an aphrodisiac that struck straight at a man's heart. Xiao, what's the hurry? Xianxia smiled mischievously when he heard Muchichi's soft cry. After that, he did not hold back and expressed his feelings with intense actions and words. It was 8 o'clock in the morning when she woke up. Muchichi was relieved when she saw that Xianxia had not left yet. He was still asleep. Beneath his messy hair was a perfect face that captivated and mesmerized people. Muchichi blushed when she remembered what happened just now. She wanted to get up, but her legs were weak and she almost rolled off the bed. Fortunately, Xianxia reached out and caught her. Muchichi fell into Xianxiao's arms and stuck herself to his burning body, not daring to move. Hungry? Xianxia asked over Muchichi's head. Yeah. Muchichi nodded. I want to pack up and go back to see Aunt Cipei. Xianxia opened his eyes and looked down at Muchichi. Then he rolled over and wrapped her in the blanket before carrying her over his shoulder. Xiao. Muchichi was shocked. Congratulations on becoming my woman. Xianxia moved closer to Muchichi and teased her. You have taken my first time. You have to take responsibility. When did I say that I won't take responsibility? I'll say the ugly words first. I think I have the potential to be a pervert. I might want you anywhere, and when that happens, you won't be able to take it. You just like to bully me. Muchichi could not help biting Xianxiao's nose. I know you're just scaring me. What if that's true? Muchichi looked at his half-smiling face. Her heart raced and she was afraid that she would sink deeper into it. She quickly pushed him away. Aren't you going to work? Xianxia sneered and did not say anything else. Instead, he put her in the bathtub and cleaned her up. Muchichi enjoyed Xianxiao's service and felt the discomfort in her body disappearing bit by bit. She was finally Xianxiao's, and Xianxia belonged to her alone. Xianxia, the crown prince, was hers. After washing up, Xianxia sent Muchichi back to the small villa. Then he went back to Huangyao. Muchichi thought about what happened in the morning. She felt sad, especially when she saw Su Zipei. Aunt, since you've made your choice, you must be loyal to it. I understand. Su Zipei smiled at Muchichi. Thank you, Aunt. Moreover, I've promised Wenhua that we'll get along and see if we can become a family. Really? In fact, Su Zipei did this not only because she had feelings for Lu Wenhua, but also because she had other plans. She wanted to help Muchichi gain some background. He could not have nothing. Who knew what would happen to the Xing family in the future? Lu Wenhua knew that she had such thoughts. But he did not object. After all, it was enough for him to protect the person he loved. Come and have breakfast. I still have to go to the hotel to deal with that woman. She seemed to have a secret to tell me. But she did not say it out loud. I'll ask her today. Chapter 100. Su Zipei arrived at the hotel in the morning. She saw Mama Mu packing her luggage. She asked, "Do you have a plan?" "I spoke to Muchichi last night." He asked me to go to him today to discuss the terms of the divorce. If everything goes well, I want to go abroad after I finish my sentence, Mama Mu said to Zhou Xian. What's the point of staying here now that my family is gone? She could start afresh after she went abroad. It was a good place to go. However, Zhou Xian did not forget her purpose of coming to the hotel today. Yesterday you wanted to say something but stopped. What did you want to say to me? Mama Mu stopped what she was doing when she heard Zhou Xian's question. She turned around and looked at Zhou Xian. What secret do I have to tell you? I know you. Don't you look like you have a secret now? Mama Mu chuckled and sighed. Xipe, I know you care about Muchichi. So, I can't tell you my secret now even if I have it. I'll give you an explanation after I get the divorce. Then I'll wait. Are you going to the Mu family? Don't worry. I have my lawyer with me. Everything will be fine. I've had enough of that man. After being married for so many years, Papa Mu always asked her to behave herself. Otherwise he would scold and beat her. She had endured it for so many years. Now it was the end. Alright then. After all, it was a private matter between Mama Mu and the Mu family. She could not force herself to stay by Mama Mu's side. Moreover, even if she was worried about Mama Mu might not appreciate it. After all, no matter how much the Mu family had done wrong, Mama Mu had never done anything wrong. I'm leaving now. Mama Mu brought her lawyer to the Mu family's house. Mama Mu hesitated when she saw the familiar house. But she still walked in. Papa Mu was sitting on the sofa in the living room. There was the divorce agreement on the coffee table in front of him. Mu Group had just started to improve. He did not want to waste his time on Mama Mu. After all, he had given her 10% of the company's shares so that she could speak up for Mu Group. After being married for so many years, I think I owe you something. So here's the check. You can fill in the amount you want. I won't complain. Mama Mu could not believe it. She never thought that Papa Mu would be so easy to negotiate with. But the check on the table and the divorce agreement were all signed. Papa Mu was not lying this time. Could it be that he still had feelings for Mama Mu? Actually, that was not the case. After Mama Mu called Papa Mu last night, Mu Tongxue told Papa Mu, Dad, you can agree to whatever request that woman makes tomorrow. Then you'll go on a business trip and leave the rest to me. What if you fail again? Papa Mu clearly did not trust Mu Tongxue enough. Believe me, she won't be able to take a single cent. It was precisely because of that conversation that Papa Mu was being so generous. He rose to his feet when he saw that Mama Mu was not moving. We've been husband and wife for so many years, and I don't want to see you leave with my own eyes. That's why I'm leaving first. I'm going overseas for a business trip. Mama Mu never expected that Papa Mu would be so understanding. Could it be that he really owed her something? She thought that Papa Mu was scheming, but he really left the house. Mama Mu looked at the divorce agreement and the check and turned to the lawyer doubtfully. If that's the case, it's a good thing. You don't have to trouble the lawyer. If that's the case, I'll leave first. You can pack your things, the lawyer told Mama Mu. Alright, we'll contact each other if there's any problem. Mama Mu was not on guard because Papa Mu had already left. Then she went into her bedroom to pack her things, when she heard movement from Mu Tongshue's room upstairs. Mama Mu cautiously went upstairs and found Mu Tongxue sitting on the floor, her body covered in wounds and her face in pain. Mu Tongxue quickly threw herself into Mama Mu's arms when she saw her. Mommy, you're finally back. Daddy is going to beat me to death. Please take me away. She remembered that her daughter had been trying to make her a scapegoat when she was detained. Mama Mu quickly pushed her away. I'm not your mother anymore. I've divorced that man. Mu Tongxue was in disbelief. She knelt on the floor and hugged Mama Mu's legs, begging, Mommy, don't go, please. Stay with me. Shua. I'm not a member of the Mu family anymore. Just tonight. Stay with me. Daddy's on a business trip and I'm scared. Mu Tongxue hugged Mama Mu's legs and would not let go no matter what. Mama Mu's heart softened at that. I'll leave tomorrow morning. Mu Tongxue hugged Mama Mu's legs and burst into tears when she got a response. Mama Mu helped her to bed when she saw her in pain. She took care of her as she always did, but she was not a member of the Mu family after all. You'll be alone in the Mu family from now on. Be careful. Mommy, you don't want me anymore. You don't want me anymore. Mu Tongxue was sobbing pitifully, which was why Mama Mu stayed by her side and took care of her for the whole day. It was fortunate that the man had gone on a business trip. Otherwise, she would not have stayed in the house for a second. If not for that man's conscience and did not make things difficult for her after the divorce, she would have ignored Mu Tongxue no matter how miserable she was. When night fell, Suzy Pei called Mama Mu to ask why she did not return to the hotel. Mama Mu told Suzy Pei that everything was going smoothly. She would pack her things and leave the Mu family early the next morning. Suzy Pei told Mama Mu to be careful because she knew that the father and daughter of the Mu family were not easy to deal with. Mama Mu nodded in agreement. But she did not know that she would not survive the night in the Mu family. Mu Tongxue stayed in bed for the whole day because she had been abused too much. After Mama Mu made her dinner, she returned to the room where she had lived with the man for decades and packed her things. Everything appeared to be fine, but the entire mansion was engulfed in thick smoke in the middle of the night. The neighbors quickly called the police, and the firefighters arrived 20 minutes later. Mu Tongxue was calling for help from the second floor, and the firefighters quickly took action. They had her jump down from the second floor and someone would come to her rescue. The fire was so fierce that Mu Tongxue hesitated several times. Fortunately, everyone tried their best to dissuade her and she finally jumped out of the window. But she fainted when she reached the ground. Chapter 101. When Suzy Pei received the call, it was not even 4 in the morning. She was surprised to receive a call from the hospital. But when the doctor mentioned Suzy Qing's name, Suzy Pei's heart skipped a beat. Because there was only one thought in her mind. It's over. At the moment, Mu Qiqi was in her new home. She was very restless in her dreams. Xianxia was woken up by her waving hands. Seeing that she was sweating, he propped himself up and hugged her in his arms. Little one, you can't be honest even in your dreams. Suzy Pei called Mu Qiqi while rushing to the hospital. Xianxia saw his phone screen flickering. He got up and picked it up. Aunt Ziki. Young Master Sheng, bring Mu Qiqi to the hospital. Hurry, her mother is dying. Which hospital? Kongxing. Xianxia hung up and turned to look at Mu Qiqi who was sleeping on the bed. Suddenly he understood why Mu Qiqi had nightmares. It was because mother and son were connected. Then he put on his clothes and put Mu Qiqi on his shoulder. He did that so that she could sleep a little longer. At the moment, in the emergency department of Kongxing Hospital, Mu Tongxue had already woken up. The first thing she did when she woke up was to ask the medical staff. Where's my mommy? Did you manage to save my mommy? Miss, don't worry. The nurse quickly comforted her. How can I not worry? The fire is so big that I can't find her. Your mother is being resuscitated, the nurse replied. You have inhaled carbon monoxide too. You need to rest. Mu Tongxue struggled to get up. But Suzy Pei had already stormed into the emergency room angrily. Mu Ting Shue. Aunt Pei. Mu Tongxue choked. He felt terrible. Don't tell me that you don't know why there was a fire in your house. Aunt Pei, I really don't know. I really, cough. Family member, don't agitate the patient. The nurse advised Suzy Pei. If there's anything, please investigate it first. Suzy Pei looked at Mu Tongxue. She looked at her hateful face and gritted her teeth. If I find out that you have something to do with this, I won't let you go. Aunt Pei, I'm really innocent. Mu Tongxue defended herself. Even if she had done something, she wouldn't have been so heavy-handed. Both men were arguing in the emergency room when Mu Qiqi woke up in Xing Zhao's sports car, surprised at her surroundings. Xiao, the clothes are in the back. Put them on and get out of the car. Xing Zhao told Mu Qiqi. Mama Mu was caught in the fire. I don't know if she's alive or dead. Mu Qiqi's eyes widened when she heard the second half of his words. She quickly picked up her clothes from the back seat and put them on. You go find Auntie, I'll deal with the aftermath. Before she got out of the car, he reached out and held her hand. No matter what happens, I'll be here, okay? I know. Mu Qiqi quickly got out of the car and met Suzy Pei at the entrance of the emergency room. Qiqi, Aunt, what's the situation now? Suzy Pei grabbed Mu Qiqi's arm and shook her head. It's not looking good. I told her not to stay in the Mu family, but she didn't listen to me. Now it's all over. Mu Qiqi couldn't tell what she was feeling. Even if Mama Mu had treated her badly before, even if she didn't treat her like her own daughter, she was still her mother. She was still her family. I couldn't get through to that man. I called the people from Mu Group and they said that the scumbag had gone abroad. Mu Tongxue. In the emergency room. Umph. Susie Pei snorted. They went to the operating room and waited for about 2 hours. Then the police came to the door. Susie Pei quickly asked the police, "How did the fire start?" Preliminary investigation. The fire was not turned off in the kitchen. There was still some food on the stove. The fire spread from the first floor to the living room and the master bedroom. Even so, they shouldn't have been hurt so badly. They had a phone and they could open the door and leave. Moreover, Mu Tongxue could be saved. Don't worry, madam. Miss Mu's room was upstairs and it was far away from the fire. But she fainted after she was saved. The firefighters didn't know if there was anyone else in the villa. Moreover, the fire spread from the living room to the front door. Obviously, they couldn't get out. Most importantly, there was an explosion. Of course, this is only our preliminary investigation. We'll have to wait for the detailed investigation. Susie Pei signed on behalf of the Mu family. But she couldn't believe that Mu Tongxue had nothing to do with it. How could it be so coincidental? Mu Qiqi sat outside the operating room. She couldn't help texting Xianxia. "Xiao, have you left?" "Not far from you," Xianxia replied. Mu Qiqi looked up at the corridor. She saw Xianxia sitting on a chair not far away. He was looking at her with a serious face. Mu Qiqi was relieved. Then the doctor came out of the operating room. Susie Pei went up to him and grabbed his arm. "Doctor, how is my sister? We've tried our best. I'm sorry. Please go and see the patient for the last time." The doctor said apologetically to Susie Pei and Mu Qiqi. Susie Pei paused for a moment. Then she ran into the operating room. Mu Qiqi followed behind her. But when they saw Mama Mu lying on the operating table, her whole body scorched, Susie Pei couldn't help but cover her mouth and cry. Mu Qiqi couldn't believe it. It was her mother. Mama Mu was lying on the operating table and shouted with difficulty, "I'm here, I'm here." Susie Pei quickly went up to her. She could smell the burnt smell coming from Mama Mu's body. Her skin was festering. Her face was unrecognizable. It might not be from the Mu family. Mama Mu tried her best to speak to Susie Pei. "I don't know, whose child? I'm pregnant with." Susie Pei could barely hear Mama Mu. She leaned closer to her. "Sister, don't talk." Xinjian Chuan. Mama Mu tried her best to open her eyes. She said to Susie Pei, "You have to find out." Seeing that Mama Mu didn't have the strength to speak anymore, Susie Pei quickly pulled Mu Qiqi to her. "Qiqi's here. Qiqi is here. Sister." Mama Mu reached out her hand. But she couldn't touch Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi stood in front of Mama Mu. Her eyes were filled with tears. In that very instant she could not even keep her footing and stumbled backwards. But unexpectedly, Xingzhao's warm palm supported her body. You're tuning in to the Zhou Xian's Legacy YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.